Preemptive Show. The brand. It's the brand show.
The only thing these phrases have in common are 5 signals.
I hope somebody's taking all this down.
What are we saying to each other?
It seems they're trying to teach us a basic tonal vocabulary.
It's the first day of school, fellas.
Testing. Mic 1.
Hello, Dad.
Your dad hears you.
My dad doesn't hear me. He's in upstate New York right now. That's far.
Oh, sorry. So going back into what I was saying with
Yeah.
the audio and the visuals.
Yeah.
This DSLR camera,
Mm-hmm.
every 25 minutes, I have to stop this beautiful conversation that we're having.
Why?
Because the camera has an auto self-eject button where after 29 minutes, it just stops recording in order to prevent it from overheating. What we do at Skanks and at Gas Digital is we have a dummy battery because it's in the battery that oversensor happens. And we plug that dummy battery in and plug it straight into the wall.
So it's getting power from the wall.
But then you worry about that getting unplugged, the battery getting a little loose. Like it's a $40 Amazon battery for a DSLR camera.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. So we were doing our shit on our iPhones.
Yeah.
And it's like impossible.
Oh, thank you.
Because like we were shooting in 4K.
Okay.
4K 60. But like airdropping.
Oh my.
3 hours at 4K 60.
3 hours is crazy.
Like it's a week long.
Yeah.
It took forever.
It isn't. That's how we started.
So we were just like, and we only did visuals through the iPhone.
Meaning, you weren't recording the audio there.
Fuck no, dude. We would read the Roadcaster with the Shure, the little podcast, like the Ford bundle thing.
Okay.
And then the studio had like somebody come in and like we had the table was like custom built. All the wires was into the table, wired underneath it, so it was all clean. Like everything was clean looking and shit. But we just didn't have a camera.
Wow. Literally
didn't have a camera.
I'm going through a similar situation.
Exact opposite, yeah.
Exactly.
And so I was going to get that, the Zoompod. It just made sense.
Yeah.
Just made sense.
And that's what you got.
Never ended up getting
Sorry. That's what,
Never ended up getting
Before we were talking, that's what you suggested that
Mm-hmm.
I get, is the Zoompod. It's a 4-channel interface. It's like $130.
Yep. It's not expensive at all. A portable podcast studio fits in your backpack for like $220.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
You're
the audio guy.
Oh. I've been doing it for a long time, man.
Yeah, sure.
Like it's I
What
guess.
What was the name of the other of your podcast?
What are we doing? But please don't look it up.
I tried to and I couldn't find it.
Thank
That's why
Christ.
Yeah.
Thank God. Please don't go look it up.
What did you guys talk about? What was it? Yeah, I know. People ask me that.
So the premise of the podcast.
Yeah.
It was me and my buddy. I'm clearly a fair-skinned gentleman.
I'd say so. Light-skinned king.
He was of the darker complexion.
Okay,
We're good buddies for a long time. I love this kid. So like one of my best friends. And so the premise of this podcast was let's go get as drunk as possible and make the most insane racist jokes towards each other.
Okay.
And then have our friend record it.
Okay.
So like it probably doesn't age well.
Okay.
There's no way.
It's still out there?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
I didn't ever even ran the YouTube channel. Somebody else ran the YouTube channel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you were literally just a host.
Our producer ran the YouTube channel, everything.
Exactly.
It was like kind of a similar situation with what we have with the interns at Capitol.
Okay.
He was the intern at my studio in Nutley.
Okay.
And he was like...
He just took the reins and producing the podcast. Who was the other co-host?
My boy Raji.
Oh yeah, you said the doctor.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever met him. I don't, because he's not really around like that no more. He shout out to him. Yo, he pray for my dog. Yo, he's going through some medical shit right now.
Okay.
So pray for my dog. He's going through surgery and shit. You know what I mean? So just pray for my dog. But
yeah, you guys used to just say a bunch of
horrible things, but like
no like conspiracies or current event, no specific topic.
Like no specific topics. Everything just always kind of came back to let's be horrendous to each other.
Okay.
This
was before or after making music?
Oh, well after.
Okay.
Oh, well after. This was only like...
He's like, I just stopped.
Yeah, this was what? It would have been it would have been probably like the last like 2-3 months of 2022.
Okay.
Something like that.
When did you start making music? When I was born.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess like
Was there a moment?
no.
Gradual progression.
Yeah, so like I mean making music, I was probably like 11.
Damn.
Yeah, I was probably like 11 when I started like actually recording music.
Okay.
But I had been like writing and like rapping and stuff for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
Poems, the whole thing, like the
You have music out of your own?
I did. Took it all down.
When we went to the studio, one of the times I heard one of your songs
Yeah,
was really good.
I have
bro.
like probably about 7 hours worth of unreleased music.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Just practicing as a producer, or just 'cause
No,
you
so
want to
I started as a rapper.
Okay. Okay.
Like boom boom
That's how
like
everyone starts.
real like yo, my name is like that type shit, right? And then
My name is
yeah,
Max.
like that's really what it came down to at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it became like the Black Star and Black Thought, where it's just like the most syllables I can string
Deep,
together.
complex.
No, I didn't even care about that part yet. I was just worried about how like can I get a 7-syllable word to rhyme at all?
I get you.
Supercalifragilistic. Yeah. Like they're just doing weird dumb shit.
Yeah. M&M type stuff.
Exactly. Like just
Yeah.
falling right into it. But me and my homies would go to the studio.
That was your wigger face.
It was bad, bro. Like literally, bro. I was like, this is really fucked up because it was just really funny. But I was still like, it was the transition from like the emo phase into the wigger phase. So I still had like the long bangs, like the sleeves with the thumb holes and shit. Like then I was sagging my pants with the studded belt. Like it was wild. Like I was dressing like Young Thug.
No, I get you. It's literally the Lil Wayne time.
It was, but it was way before. Like it was fucked up.
Okay.
No, I was dressing like Thug.
Okay.
But like 7 years before Thug. And I was just like a 9-year-old fat white kid.
Yeah.
Just like being retarded. It was really bad.
Yeah.
And so then, but like we started going to the studio. Went to this place called IGM right over here on Route 1 by the Brunswick Zone.
Okay.
There's actually like when you go around the Brunswick Zone, it's tucked in that back corner.
Okay.
But the engineer over there, I get it now that I'm almost 30 and I've been I get it now, but at the time I was really mad about it. But like he just didn't respect the 7 11-year-olds that were in his studio.
Okay.
Like,
How did he not respect you guys?
Because he wouldn't like try.
I see.
He just sat there and like smoked on his phone.
Serious.
Like, what's a bunch of fucking children?
That's why he's
but
he should have. Yeah.
And then like with hindsight, like I understand why he doesn't give a shit because like theoretically, like, if a bunch of 12-year-olds came to me right now, chances are unless I clearly saw that they were good and serious.
Yeah, with a parent like saying this is.
Then I would probably have a similar starting point as he had, but I just hated it.
Yeah.
My music came out like shit. I didn't like it, and my thought process was, if somebody's going to fuck my voice up, at least let it be me.
True.
And it's free now, so I'm saving my money, and the only person I get to yell at is me. Can't blame nobody else.
Damn, you learned that's a very.
Oh yeah, I was like probably
very valuable lesson to learn.
Yeah, like 12 or 13 when that first hit.
Yeah.
Like, and I actually like used it.
And then what? You went home and you were like, I hate this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on FL Studios now.
Way before that, we were still Mixcraft. Yo,
I don't even know what
that's a throwback, bro. Like people don't even know about that shit anymore.
I don't. Yeah.
We went from Audacity.
I've heard. Yeah.
We went from Audacity to fucking Mixcraft.
Sheesh.
And we were on Mixcraft. I think it was Mixcraft 6.
You remember?
Yo, I'm a veteran in this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Mixcraft 6 then became. Oh no, I'm sorry. I went Audacity to GarageBand to Mixcraft.
Oh, okay.
Because in my brain, I was going GarageBand is free and Mixcraft is $30.
Okay.
It has to be better. I'm paying for it, right? Like, it has to be better. Was not better at all. Fucking horrible, dude.
GarageBand's a solid ass software for free, bro.
Now it is.
Okay, now I don't know.
This was like, damn, this had to be like.
I'm thinking like 2008-ish.
Yeah, like 2005 to.
Oh, you're sooner, yeah.
Yeah, 2005 to like 2008, in that era.
Yeah.
So it's like
Sure, you're like not. Yeah, I get you.
Bro, that was there's
11,
like that's when like 2005 is probably when like I really started like rapping over beats.
Yeah.
I didn't start recording probably to like 07, 08. And that's really when like I started engineering. Was like not really I say engineering just because whatever, but learning how to do it. And
What
like,
do you mean say whatever? Because I feel like that gets so convoluted. And I understand. I swear I know what a producer
Yeah,
and engineer is,
like-
but a lot of people don't even know what that is.
well, so
Hello there. I'm sorry to interrupt this lovely, beautiful podcast, but a quick reminder to like, follow, and subscribe. You can get the full video versions on YouTube and Spotify. You can get the social media on X, TikTok, Instagram. If you like what we're doing, share this with a friend. If not, who cares about you? Now let's get back into the show.
the engineers is the there's 3 types of engineers. First of all,
Don't.
there's actually like 4
Don't. No.
or like 5.
There's like 10 different.
Yeah, there really is though, because like
Okay.
all right, so
explain. Yeah, let's get into
there's a
it.
tracking engineer.
Okay.
Tracking engineer is the person who's recording.
Okay.
The person who's like literally doing the recording, hitting the record button. That's it.
Yes.
And the mixing engineer, they could be all the same people.
Yes.
They
I'm
might
here.
not.
I'm here. I'm
Right?
Yep.
Mixing engineer is the person who's like taking out harsh frequencies and kind of, blending the song together into where everything balances and has space and is clear but together.
Yes.
Like isolated but also together. Like
Is that more at the end or during the process? Both?
that's after the record. Like yeah, it's its own thing after recording.
Okay.
But it's like the same way. Like think about the way I think about it is like a family, right? Like you're all individual people, but together you're a family.
Yes.
Doesn't mean even in that family photo, it's still here's all these individual people.
I see. Yeah.
The photo is of the
Yep.
right, and so it's like
And sometimes the dad takes out the trash and does some other things.
right, and so it's like if
some
I'm the
different
person,
families. Yeah.
right? If I'm the person taking the family photo, am I going to say, all right, all of you together, or am I going to go, hey, you go over here, you, so that way I can see all of you,
True. Sure.
right?
how
That's
you
the
guys
mixing.
work. Yeah.
That's mixing, right? And the
That
best,
was a great analogy.
the cleanest way to do it is to close your eyes. You are center of the crowd at a concert. What is that song supposed to sound like?
I've never heard center of the crowd. I always imagine no one's ever told me anything how to. I always imagine make the song like making it for a blind person. Like this is their only interpretation. This is their world.
Well, so use your
Create
eyes.
their
Use your
world.
eyes to create that world, right? So where's the drums?
Oh shit. Okay.
Where's the guitarist?
I
Where's the
never
background singer?
Visualize it.
Nothing is up the middle.
I
Things
see.
are a little here, maybe a little back, a little bit
Yeah.
more reverb. Where is everybody on
Yeah.
stage?
Yeah. That's so important.
It's
No,
huge.
It's a gem.
Otherwise, if everyone's standing on top of each other, can't see anybody.
Yeah. And that's just for the. Sure, that's a big responsibility to mixer.
Yep. So the mastering engineer
Yeah.
takes what the mixing engineer gives them and more or less
Keep with the family.
gets it as loud as possible without distorting it.
Okay.
More or less. It's a lot more in depth than that,
Okay.
but that's fundamentally what you're doing.
Okay.
It's the best way to think about it.
He's like doing the coloring of the family photo.
Yeah, more or less, like the
Color
after effects
grading.
of the photo. Yeah, just
Yeah.
to make sure everything's clean. The color grading, yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Then there's the live engineer, which is like
The guy in the room. with you.
you're like half tracking, half mixing
Okay.
because you're recording them in because microphones have to be on to the speakers, so you're
Yes.
kind of recording them, but it also has to be clean for the audience to hear it, so you're kind of mixing it. And as each song moves, keys change.
Yes.
So, like to say, if you use auto-tune, every time that song changes, it's not the same key.
Of course.
So I have to change your auto-tune on the fly. I had to change
Okay.
all of your effects on the fly as the song is happening.
This is a live producer doing this in the moment. You want this?
No, I'm good on that. That's not even production.
Okay.
That's just still engineering.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And like that's really the main 4 types of engineering. And then
Okay.
you have the producers.
Okay.
And then like there's old school and then modern, like depending on your thought process, but more what you need to really it's just the guys who are making the music. Whatever the music is,
I
not the
see.
words and the singing and the vocals,
Yes.
but the music behind it.
I see.
Whether it's a hip hop beat, R&B, whatever it is, the music.
Okay. So they're more or less they're telling what the drummer what to play.
Fun. Well, okay. Now we're getting deeper into it.
That's what I'm.
So in hip hop, the guy it's all done on the computer. So the guy's the same guy. He's
Yes,
the one clicking
I
the
was
drums.
trying to keep it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So that would be more like studio and studio musicians, being paid on like a work for hire basis
Okay.
with an executive producer
Okay.
telling them how to play the song.
Okay, that's different.
Slightly different thing.
Yeah.
Where like all of that gets streamlined onto the computer
Okay.
in the modern day. The executive producer is now the work for hire musician playing it all into the keyboard or into the laptop or into the.
Okay.
It all happens kind of.
He's just doing it's just digital now, so it's instant.
Yeah, it all happens at the same time now.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the barrier for entry. Like before for FL or any of these things existed. Like, you know how much studio time cost?
Oh.
It was like thousands
Even
of
now,
dollars.
like I can't imagine then, but yeah.
But even
I feel like studio prices had to have dropped now because there's less demand. Does that make sense? Before they could charge
what if
whatever
I
they
told
want
you,
because there was no.
What if I told you studio time roughly like per hour hasn't changed at all?
Okay.
But because of like that barrier to entry to music,
Has
like in 1985, it was still like $125 an hour
to even play and like to
And
get
not-
in the studio.
but not like like the totality of it all, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was $125 an hour.
Yep.
But still, in that, like not like the equivalent of our version
Money.
of no, 125.
Okay.
And it's never left 125. It's just what 125
Has meant this.
went down
Okay.
because the barrier to entry.
Has increased.
Wait, no,
Decreased. Has gotten easier to get
yes, exactly,
Yeah.
yes. BandLab, all those things. It's the easiest.
in. Yeah. So how do you? I've had a bunch of we've had engineers Sky Camp, and they all say to go to a. They all say to go to an engineer to go to a studio.
Yeah.
But then. I feel like it's best to learn on your own. That's what you just told me you did. That's what they all did. If you ask any of them, they tell you to go to a
I
studio.
didn't want to. I didn't know anybody.
What do you mean?
I didn't have a mentor. I didn't know
I
anybody.
see. You're so right.
I had no other resources.
That is something I hugely lack.
Yeah,
in
and so
music.
it's like, if I don't have resources, I need to go get them.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if there's nobody selling gold, I got to go mine it.
And I got to go get it myself.
I got to go mine
I got to
it.
go to the place
I
where
have to go start digging into the ground. There's nobody else digging it out for me who's going to sell it to me
Yeah.
for some other service I can provide them.
Yeah.
I just got to hit the ground.
And how'd you start working at studios? So, do we even finish engineering and producers?
It doesn't matter. It's going to be the whole podcast.
Okay.
It's literally going to be the whole podcast. How did I start getting into studios?
Yeah.
I was already taking clients out of my house before I even graduated high school. And I went right out of high school, I went to this like music program
Okay.
for engineering. Immediately after that, I was like kind of annoyed with the whole situation, but eventually had to just bite the bullet. And I just started emailing studios in the area.
Okay.
Like a year removed. So I was 2 years out of high school, basically. So that would have been, 2016?
You wanted to bite the bullet on what?
My ego.
Okay.
So I was already, at the time of me going to, like, before I graduated high school and going to this engineering school, I was still pursuing being a rapper, like the artist,
Yeah.
the face of it. I was
Yeah.
putting out music videos, dropping songs, the whole thing. And I had gotten...
What was your rap name?
Same thing, actually.
Okay.
Nothing's changed about that. I had gotten close with some members of Pro Era, Joey Badass and the whole Beast Coast collective with like Underachievers and Type of Zombies and that kind of whole scene. I had some couple records with some members of Pro Era, so I was already kind of like
making connections.
Yeah, and in my head, like I was like, "Oh, this is gonna work." I had dropped the song with Diamond Lewis, and in 3 weeks we got 45,000 views.
Oh, amazing!
I was like, "All right, so this is possible.
I'm
doing this, right?" And so my ego was just, "I'm not an engineer. I'm here to learn engineering." And they're in my brain
differentiated.
I don't know why it did.
Yeah.
But it was just I do know it was my ego.
Mode.
It was entirely my ego.
You were in the artist mode.
Yeah.
I'm the center. I am.
Yeah, 100%. Like we actually snuck a dude named Rockamouth.
Okay.
He's in Pro Era. He's on all the freestyles and all the tapes back in the day and shit. We actually snuck him into school.
Okay.
Like
into your school.
Oh yeah, because I went to school for engineering at this place called IAR. It doesn't exist anymore.
Savage.
And so we were in like what was it, like 7th and like right by Washington Square Park.
Yeah, savage for him. He's getting a whole free education. Like
no, so it was just one day. He was just walking down the street. We were just outside smoking a blunt. Me and Flatbush Zombies DJ. Their DJ at the time is a dude named Leo.
Okay.
And because he went to school there.
Okay.
And I had known him from already doing, like, meeting them through, like, events and all this kind of stuff. So I'd already known him, and then we saw each other at school, and we were like, yo, what's going on? Like, whatever. So every day we would just go outside, smoke. Like, we were, like, basically, like, we would just spend our breaks shooting shit.
Where was this? In the Bronx?
Nah, in Manhattan, Lower East Side. Like 7th, right by Washington Square Park.
Okay. I have so many
like,
questions.
NYU's campus. Like, the heart of it. Like, oh, it was wild, bro.
Where are you from? Maybe we should start there.
South Brunswick.
Okay.
It's the middle of nowhere industrial town.
So South Brunswick kid ends up in Manhattan with Flatbush Zombies DJ.
Yeah, I was going to school though. It's not.
Word. Okay, that's what I was basically wondering. How did you get from? If you're from here, how did you?
My thought process was, if I'm going to go to school, I didn't want to go to college.
Okay.
My parents were just like, okay, but can you do like a school for that then?
Okay.
And I was like, all right, fair enough. And I was like, all right, well, New York is Mecca.
Smart.
Let me go to school in New York.
Good parents. Like the kid doesn't want to do school. He wants to do something he loves. Let's go to school. Let's meet in the middle.
Meet in the middle. You can do this, but let's get whatever certification you need in this, so that way the world
thinks you're official.
I never even got it. I'm not even Pro Tools. Technically, I'm not Pro Tools certified.
Wow.
I don't like it's
I didn't
crazy.
even know there was a Pro Tools certification
From the company who makes it. Yeah. You have to get like 85 or something like that or better.
I know there's a music degree. But like I didn't know there's a.
But like, and so this is why like guys like us who like learned and did it ourselves, got to a point and then went to school and like then ended up in studios. Yeah. We realized all of the other like the last like 4 years of like learning ourselves and going to school was completely circumvented the day we got into a studio.
Pretty much.
The day you got into a studio, it doesn't matter.
None of that mattered.
Like, all it mattered is how much time you put in.
Yeah.
That's it.
And how well you're prepared in that moment. Yeah.
And so whether you came in on ground zero or, 10 floors from the top, if you didn't put the time in, it didn't matter.
That's very true.
And so for us, like now with my credits, my own, 10 years in doing this now, I don't care who has a degree. I don't care what certificate. I don't have the certification. Why should I care about yours?
No, it's so true. I feel like I would trust somebody who goes to school goes for more professional reasons as well.
Yeah.
Like improv sound design, like stage design for acting, like a Lion King set. Yep. I don't know. That's what I imagine when I think audio engineering school. I don't really think dudes actually making real good music. Those guys learn in the trenches, literally. It's generic.
So it's really funny. There's one of my professors, you say that, but one of my professors was the house engineer at Bad Boy.
Of course.
I swear, like literally
everything. I believe it.
Right? Well, there's a plugin, it's a legendary synth called Massive.
Okay.
The dude who coded Massive was my synth professor.
Damn.
Like I
get you, like a computer engineer.
Like a computer music wizard.
Wow.
Who like solo designed one of the greatest synths to ever exist.
That's insane.
And he's just like some Swedish guy. He just hangs out in Manhattan now, and he teaches idiots like me how to make horrible music.
That's goals.
It's crazy.
No, for real.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. That was a trip.
Did you really learn things in your music school?
No.
That you've taken into your real life?
No.
No.
When there was also nothing I learned there that I didn't already know.
Okay, that's the other thing.
Right? Like, so I wasted the money.
Yeah. From
the education standpoint. From the experiences and the connections, absolutely worth the money I spent. 110%.
I feel the same way about my college. Yeah, it makes sense.
But, and then, that place was fucked, man. They don't exist anymore for a reason. Oh yeah, my degree means nothing.
Oh my god,
school literally does not exist.
I thought you dropped out.
No,
didn't finish it. You finished, and then
I finished. I got my degree, like my diploma or whatever the fuck, from the school itself.
From an accredited establishment.
No,
and now they're accredited.
No, they were never accredited. Okay. When I was going there, they were fighting for their accreditation. Okay, and now they don't exist.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, they fucked up big time. They were just doing dumb shit.
They were scamming all of them.
Oh yeah,
running game.
They tried to hit me over the head for like almost $1,000 for because they weren't accredited yet. Everything was based on time.
Financial aid didn't come in.
No, so it was all based on time.
Okay.
That was you earned your credits through time because they were not accredited through the state board yet.
Through time, like 2 years.
Like hours in the classroom.
Whoa, that's
It's crazy as fuck.
like fucking work. Sounds like prison.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But they weren't. The state board did not recognize them as a college or a university yet, so they could not operate on New York State college credits.
Okay.
Right. So if you missed a class, you had to make the time up. If it was the semester you were in, chill, just make it up. You have to stay after school, make it up, whatever. If it was from a previous semester, $50.
That's where they get it.
And so they shifted a whole shitload of my hours after like 2 weeks before graduation. So like 6 months, like probably like 3 months after school actually ended.
Okay. What do you mean shifted? Shifted your
my hours. Yeah.
Shifted your hours.
So
I
what they
keep
did
wanting
was
to say credits.
they said I had late time on my fourth semester.
Yes.
That they ended up moving after school was over, but before actual graduation.
Okay.
And they moved it to saying it was the third semester, and that I
over.
owed them like $785, something like that.
Rollover hours is insane.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
And then so they sent like a letter to my house talking about you can walk, but we're not giving you the diploma.
Wow.
Literally, like it was crazy as fuck, and we had to like
go back and
fight
forth
and like oh yeah, it was crazy, man. So I'm not like surprised they don't exist anymore.
Good.
It doesn't They fucked
So would
up.
you recommend somebody?
You're at 25 minutes, by the way. Do you want to?
I got 3 more.
Fuck
it goes
yeah,
to
dog.
29 minutes.
Oh, look at you.
It turns off at 30.
On the dot. So the 29 the get off gives you
59.
perfect time.
I don't know what I remember set this to.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It's fine.
But
Can
I
you
hate
hear the
that I
shutter
have
close?
that. No, you do hear the ba-ding of the. On the podcast, you don't hear anything because I edited it out.
Yeah.
But you hear it.
That's fine. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh
no, sorry. You hear nothing. It silently turns off. It's
that's
fucked. Why the
That's
time
why you have
shift.
to text. There's no way for you to know.
I literally rather us be sitting here and be in a great laughing conversation and have it go bang, 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 than miss 1 second though. Does that make sense? So I have to set the timer to
reframe it. No.
What do you mean?
You know how long you've been recording. Go check the camera.
Okay.
But if the conversation's great, the conversation's what matters.
So what are you saying? Lose the visuals and just let the audio rock?
How did we start, right? Where's the priority?
Oh, I know. No, but I want you to know, for real,
right.
It looks like the visuals is the priority, but my real priority has been audio.
Right.
Like, because I have...
Let that shit cut off. I don't care about that. Especially if I'm like cleaning my house listening to a podcast. I'm not even watching it.
You're totally
I don't care
right.
if that cuts off.
90% of podcasts, nobody wants to. The only time you watch on the screen is when something really funny or good is said, and you go back and you want to watch those 20 seconds again and see their actual facial.
That's it.
Yeah. I've had a lot of parts on the podcast. Thank you. I've had a lot of parts on the podcast actually. You're gone because I lose the visuals.
Fuck the visuals, bro.
No, you're right. And then I've thought, do I just put a little dumb thumbnail cover art here? And
That's exactly what you do.
Yeah.
Yep. Trust your instinct.
How do you feel about this? Because I feel like you have great advice. You, on the podcast, right? When I first started making podcasts, no clips. Then I started putting out 3 clips a day. You get me? And as I'm making the clips, I make stupid overlays and stupid audio music and crazy visuals. Like I'm trying to make music videos for clips.
Right.
If you watch any good podcast, decent podcast, for real, do you watch, I know you watch podcasts, but do you look at their clips?
Unless they pop up on my feed.
They're literally nothing like...
Yeah, it's just literally
it's
raw.
The strength
it's
of
captions
them.
in them. That's it.
Not even captions.
Yeah.
Like legitimately not even captions probably. See?
David.
He just speaks off the strength.
Yep.
How's it been different here at
That's
Almost?
it. The theater's great. They're all great.
So do you think
that whole world is great though? The comedy world right now, the top they're great.
They are.
That's my whole MO right now.
You should come to Allegiant Skank Show. You know who I am?
Yeah.
I'm that guy now.
That'd be fun.
I work at Gas Digital. I go to
That's great. Yeah, you gotta let me know. I'm that
LOS
Monday, is fun.
Any Monday you want to come through for real to the city.
All right, we'll be talking. Invitation. That's gonna be fun.
Wednesdays
we'll be yapping a little bit.
Wednesdays is Story Wars. You know what Story Wars is?
I do. All right, we're gonna talk. Hold on, we can't do this right now because I'm gonna start getting.
Okay, yes. I love comedy.
Anytime I do Mr. Burns fingers,
you're in the.
I'm in a mood.
All right, good.
All right.
I love comedy so much too.
You asked me how I got in the studio.
Yeah.
So it was really funny.
Okay.
I left the school. I was actually working in a warehouse.
Okay.
Overnight, like 2 a.m. shift.
Okay.
Slaving away in a fucking warehouse for minimum wage.
Okay.
Horse shit FedEx was putting me through.
Yeah.
Okay. Started emailing to places. Contact this one place. He goes, yo, seem like a good guy. Seem like you know what you're doing, but can you just go get more experience?
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. I hit this place up. He's like, yeah, cool. Come in.
Hello there. I'm sorry to interrupt this lovely, beautiful podcast, but a quick reminder to like, follow, and subscribe. You can get the full video versions on YouTube and Spotify. You can get the social media on X, TikTok, Instagram. If you like what we're doing, share this with a friend. If not, who cares about you? Now let's get back into the show.
Went from working for free, taking out the garbage, cleaning the toilets, to, like 65 hours a week.
Jeez.
Ridiculous.
That is insane.
Like, ended up running the studio for like 4.5 years.
Which?
This is a place called Loft 9.
Okay.
In New Brunswick. The old Loft 9, though. They had 2 buildings. The one I managed was the one on Jersey Avenue in the warehouse.
Damn, how old were you?
19 to... It was a while because...
I just saw you stand on business before the podcast.
Yeah, I'm not playing that shit, bro.
No, I'm not really stand on business, but you're literally a manager of a studio.
I've been doing it for a long time, bro.
Yeah, I could tell exactly how you handled that.
And so that guy was actually on the phone, was one of my first interns.
Okay.
And so when I was running that studio, that's how I know him.
At Loft 9, he was...
Jeez. He was one of my first interns, and now he's still in the area. He works out of Capital Sounds now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Full circle shit. But yeah, we started running that. I ran that area.
Okay.
I ran that area. It was,
New Brunswick, basically the whole.
Yep. I had the whole town. I had South Brunswick, East Brunswick, New Brunswick, North Brunswick, Franklin, a little bit of like Monroe. That whole like Ocean County kind of was popping out a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of guys from like even down south is like Lawrenceville. We're driving all the way up. Like, it was a real like local hotspot.
Okay.
You feel me? We didn't really get like crazy big artists.
Okay.
But everybody was there.
If you made music, you knew.
Everybody was there. Mm-hmm.
And why
did I leave?
That's not what I really want to ask. What I really want to ask is, why do you not get? Did you ever have? Okay, so now you have all of this stuff and all of these connections and people. Do you not get your own studio or your own space? Like, what's the next process there?
I mean, okay, so you're saying right now, what's the next process with everything? Yeah, I guess like that would be. I guess it's that or move. Okay.
Do a new market.
Go
a bigger market, like go to New York City or LA.
Well, because I was in. That's the thing is I was up there for like 2-3 years. But I was out in New York.
Okay.
But I was in like the private side of the music shit. I wasn't really like, so I was signed to a production company.
Okay.
And so I was kind of a really well kept secret.
Okay.
And the owner of the production company I was signed to kind of did some.
I don't like that. Yeah.
You know?
But that's part of working.
He did some music business.
Yes. It's part of working for the entertainment industry first. Yeah.
Just is what it is.
Yeah.
Part of the game. And to his credit, you know, for my own coping, like I got to find a way to respect a little bit. So otherwise I'll just drive myself crazy over it. He did it so well. Like almost like legally to like the perfection.
Okay.
Like there was no way around it. Like he fucked everybody over and rode off into the sun and knew he was fucking scot-free.
Sheesh.
It was really on some like heist
I want to
shit.
keep asking questions, but I don't want to keep going.
I don't care, bro. I don't ask a question.
What did he do?
So it was me and a couple guys. We were producing And we were writing, recording, engineering the artists we were bringing in to record these songs. We were selling all our songs.
Okay.
Um,
Beats. Oh, words.
Full
You're
word.
rapping now.
So yeah, so the two guys were mainly making the beats, and I was the one writing and rapping,
Damn,
and
he's
performing.
taking your okay. Keep.
And then I would, so they would
I
make
don't
the
like
beats.
this
I'd help the
even
people
more.
write. Then
Okay.
I'd help them record it, and I'm engineering them.
How
so
do you help them record it?
book a session? Well, you'll show. I'll show you how.
Okay.
It's not that hard.
Okay.
If they're musically
like,
inclined.
Okay.
If like they have a little bit to
I
it,
see what you're saying.
it's not hard.
That was a great plug right
Yeah.
there. No, you're so true. Okay, yeah.
But so then we were literally a one-stop shop.
Okay, so writing a song.
We would sell all this music, but it was all signed to the label, and our deal was with the label that licensed our
Music
IP out, right?
Okay.
And we were effectively signed to them to create a catalog for over the course of like 5 years. That was going to be owned by the production company, but we all got like massive publishing points on it.
Okay.
Which was like a fair trade-off.
I just thought
right? It was a fair
that
trade-off.
doesn't sound bad. Yeah.
As far as all the paperwork was concerned, all three of us, when we talked, like it all made sense.
Yeah.
Like none of it seemed like bad business.
You guys are low key, like very little positions, just making music.
It was great, and he was a plug for us to get into, like in touch with like Sony and Capitol and RCA and like all these big labels that my resume now is like entirely consistent of.
Yeah.
So it
was worth it.
It felt worth it
at the moment.
If the terms and conditions that we signed for were true, it was worth it.
Okay.
The problem is so what he did was he created a second business, licensed off, sold all of the assets and properties of the first business that we had our deal with. I just hit the mic. That we had our deal with to the second business.
Okay.
And then filed bankruptcy and then foreclosed the first business. So all of our contracts were with the first business. So now it doesn't exist anymore. He did it so fast that like there's no employer number for the first production company anymore. It does not fucking exist. So with all of our contracts are literally with a company that does not exist. And then all of these songs and the master files are in the hard drives owned and
operated by the new company.
So we have no recourse.
This is what massive healthcare industries and pharmaceutical companies do when they get sued and they have no money and they want to dodge any type of... They just, that company's bankrupt. I just bought it with a new company's name. A shell company.
Mm-hmm.
He's Jewish?
No.
Smart man.
Nope. No, he's not.
That's crazy business tactics.
Yeah.
It is the entertainment industry.
Yeah. But the problem was, and then when you look into like where he went with the secondary business, so what he was doing was he sold that catalog with the second business to Capitol Records.
Okay.
I allegedly, I don't know this part of it was all told to me. I don't know how true all of it actually was.
Yeah.
But this is all what was told to me by somebody I
trust.
Probably shouldn't
trust.
Yeah, their word means a lot in the with this team.
Okay.
He sold the catalog to Capitol and got a seat at a table as like a big like A&R VP or something like that, and ended up on like engineer spotlights, and he ended up doing he was the head engineer for Rihanna. He was like not maybe the head engineer, but I know he worked on it. I don't know where along the line, but Rihanna's Super Bowl like he ended up really getting in he really got himself into some real good positions because of and so our deal was for 5 years.
That was my next question. Wait, so you put out 5 years worth?
So the deal was for 5 years. He pulled this shit like 3 years, 8 months in. So like, everything's going well. We have a year and a half that we're coasting. We have nobody ever had a reason to think twice.
Okay.
Done. Ghost in the wind. Gone.
Were you making money while in?
We were making a shitload of money, dude. We were making a fucking boatload.
Wow.
But the issue becomes his seat at the table immediately becomes jeopardized the second people realize the creation that he just sold them is not him, and that our deal with him expires.
Okay, meaning after 5 years.
So in a year and a half, they can come to us directly. So you can't. And if I'm him in his position, I understand it. I'm
I
not going to
see.
say I don't. Like I get it.
True, because maybe he doesn't have that talent, and he was like,
Why do you think he hired the three of us?
They're gonna ask me, yeah,
So
and then they're gonna ask him to recreate it, and then they're gonna be like, he doesn't recreate it. Who actually makes this? And then they start dig, and then they find exactly. Yeah.
And so now he just does like booths at like all the engineer conventions and shit. I swear to God, I'm not like. I'm not kidding.
I don't know why, if that's a good thing or bad thing, but to me that was a dig. And
it's not. I mean, it is and it isn't. It is and it isn't. I mean, it's like
I think it's funny.
And for the engineer stuff, like it's great. Like I mean, like that's. But I just know that the goal that was not the goal.
True,
the goal was not to be a suit. The goal was not to be Dave Pensado.
No one's goal is that.
Like that was. I know him exactly. But my engineer buddies, they know exactly who the fuck Dave Pensado is.
Okay.
No, you guys don't give a fuck about who Dave.
I don't know who he is.
Because why would you?
Why
would you?
I feel bad, but yeah.
No, but he's a legendary engineer.
Okay.
Like one of the best.
Here he goes to booths. He's like, man, be at booths. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm saying, like, I don't know, you might find Chris Lord Algae out there.
Okay.
There's like a lot of guys. Like there's really only like
Yeah.
but there's only like 4 of them that like really should
Be doing, yeah.
It's just like it was 1976 and everybody was deaf.
So what is the goal for a producer? To work with big artists, to own a studio, both?
I think if you're in the music industry
music,
at any level, it doesn't matter what you do. Your goal is to get to the highest level of the industry possible. And so like even if you're like a local booking agent for a venue, your goal is to get the biggest artists.
Okay.
If you're a producer, get the biggest artists. If you're a studio, get the biggest artists. It's always get the biggest artists. That will never change.
I see. So,
Doesn't matter what you do.
So studio owner person like is more of a business, like a more real estate guy than like a big producer is more focused on exactly what you're saying: bigger artists, bigger labels, bigger
Even the
brand,
studio, I
bigger
would
music
say,
videos, whatever.
If you're a good studio, if you're like a studio owner that is invested in the studio, creates relationships with the artists that book at his studio or her studio, whether or not they're the engineer. Right? Like the goal is to create.
They're like the manager. I just looked at that, and like the customer coming in is the musician, and the person at the cashier is the producer engineer.
That's it.
That's how I would look at
That's
it. It's black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even go waiter, chef.
Okay.
Whatever the analogy, like like painter, plumber, whatever. Like
true. That's a way better analogy.
It's just two parts of it that without the two, there's nothing.
You're so right.
It's a symbiotic relationship that, like, as an engineer,
right. They need to love food. They need to love music. Exactly. Everyone needs to be. We need
to be on the same page, at least, and meet in the middle.
Yeah.
At music is the thing we love.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what I do, what you do, whoever's in the room. If everybody can just meet in the middle at, we're here to make good music and have fun because music is what we love.
Yeah.
Your business will succeed. It's really hard not to.
It's
really hard.
It's just it sucks to hear that how shit like that happens in the music industry, and it's people who are musicians, exactly, just do it for love, bro. That's what you're saying. We just want to make good stuff. Yeah. And then there's people in the business side, the studio owners, the record label owners who are out to.
It's not even out to screw.
Yeah, I didn't even finish the sentence.
And that's the thing, right? And but that's the natural inclination.
Yep.
But it happens, but this business has a tendency to jade you.
Yes.
And so it's very funny because you just watch me, like, more or less, like, chew this guy out a little bit, make sure everything was in order, collect the money. Like, I did everything I needed to do as a studio manager. I'm not there, like, but we're good. Everything's in order, okay? Yeah. You don't get that, like...
You have a system in place? I'm, like, trying to...
Like, everybody... You don't start there, right? Like, nobody can start. You get that because it puts you to that.
Becomes your life.
It forces you to become that to be successful, right? I remember when I was in the music school, I remember this one guy, Alan Cohen, who was my music business teacher. Great guy. I think at one point he, like, owned Happy Birthday. It was fucking nuts. Jeez. Yeah, like, he's a weirdo. Great guy though. But he was like, "What's everybody here for?" My thing was like, yo, I don't care if it's a hot dog a day. I just want to be able to make music.
Okay.
And I'm like, he literally laughed at me and he goes, that sounds so cute.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to you in 5 years.
Wow.
And like, if he heard the conversation I just had on the phone, he'd be like, he'd laugh and go, told you.
You got it.
Right. And so it's like, it has a tendency to make you harsh.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of to what degree.
Yeah.
Are you like the stern father?
I've been scammed before.
I bet. I've been fucking scammed.
Okay.
Everybody's been scammed.
On an Instagram, cover arts, little nonsense. Yeah. Send somebody money to mix and master my song.
Never comes back. Yeah.
Looking into official pages, like, yeah, no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you're saying it makes you jaded. Things like that make you jaded for real.
Yeah, and the problem is now the predators in that world that are like the people who are going to,
they're in it for the money and the
who's the artist you're going to be able to scam, right?
Okay, low level beginners.
It's not going to be fucking Beyonce.
True. Yes.
And so immediately your first introduction into the music business.
True. You're getting these fucking scavengers.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's just how it goes, man.
Yeah.
You just have to not become venomous about it.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask. I feel like you've learned from that experience and you become mad. I can't ever see you take, like, you've learned the lesson. Don't ever take advantage and do people dirty like that. If that makes sense.
I agree with the second half, not the first half. Take advantage of people, but do not do them dirty.
Okay.
They provide value to you. Yeah. Exploit that value and reward them for that exploitation.
Okay, exactly.
But don't do them dirty.
Yeah.
Absolutely take advantage.
Doing them dirty would be to not pay them.
Exactly. And not give them credit and not and
give them credit.
But that's where it comes down to. If that's how you get in the door, is being taken advantage of.
Of course.
Giving somebody value.
Yeah, no,
but that's really what it is, right?
You're so right.
It's providing more value than they're paying you for.
Legit. That's the key, that most people will never pursue their dreams for that reason.
Yeah, because they don't want to.
Or do what they love. Yeah, they're more comfortable with just going and working at a gas station rather than going a couple months at an unpaid internship or an unpaid, just learning a skill for 3 months and applying themselves. They'd rather just get a job and be comfortable in a position. It sounds so easy, like not everybody can do that, but it is the truth at the end of the day.
But you
should give up you should take less compensation to pursue something you're happy with than get more compensation and be less happy.
Well, it's also how do I word this? Compensation in what way? Because how you value the reward for doing what you love should be enough compensation.
Mm-hmm. You're so right. Some people get compensated with networking. Like some people get compensated with just being around. Like
just being in the room.
Which is a huge plus. Yeah.
If
in the right room.
Just a fly on the wall in the right room is such a valuable thing to be.
Yes.
You never know what conversation, if you just shut up and listen. Yeah. And play your role.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the game. And it's always, they're never going to believe you have value until you provide it. And I'm not going to ask you because I don't know it exists.
Yeah. It's actually more invaluable for you to even come up to them and say, what can I do? How do I do this? Because then you're wasting their time now and you're teaching and they have to teach you and walk you through like a child instead of you just doing things and applying it and saying, here, I did this. Let's take it from here. Do you like this? Oh, do I need to improve?
Yep.
And then it shows the person you can find solutions and outcomes to things and problems that arise.
Because that's what everything
Most people don't
is.
do that.
That's what everything is problem solving.
That basic.
That's it.
Yeah. Critical thing.
That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's not even critical.
Exactly.
It's not critical.
It is problem solving.
Just problem solving.
Yeah. It's
I
basic
don't even need you to think
solving.
critically. Right? So I remember there's this, I don't know how true it is, but there's this old story with the Beatles where they would get a big bowl of M&Ms in their rider. So a rider's like when you go to a show, like your list of things that you want the production crew of the show to have in your green room.
Yeah.
So in their rider, they wanted a 5-gallon bowl of M&Ms, no greens.
Okay, I've heard some. Okay,
and the reason why they said, regardless of whether or not it's true, the rumor was If I can't trust you guys to pick apart a bowl of M&Ms and take out the green ones, I can't trust you to hang half a ton of speakers above my head for 3 hours.
Wow.
That's way more dangerous than the bowl of M&Ms, and it's way more complex.
No, he's like hiding a very tedious task behind an actual message.
Behind the principle. Right. And so it's like, if you're an intern at a studio, the best way to provide value, because I don't know you have any, and I don't know that you even have the brain capable of creating the skills for you to do this.
Yes.
Don't ask me what to do when you walk in the door as an intern.
Yeah.
Do not ask me what to do. You know where everything is.
Yeah.
You know what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
If everything's not vacuumed, wiped down, in order, like,
yeah.
I don't want to talk to you when you walk in. Don't say hello. Like, say hello.
No, it's so much easier said than done.
It is. People don't want to do that because they don't, in their mind, they're not getting paid, so they're not being rewarded for it, so it's not worth it.
And then what I've realized doing internship, like as an unpaid intern, right? If you provide so much value, right, to the point where you become needed,
yeah,
right, then they literally almost can't even fire you.
Exactly.
Because they're not even paying you.
Yep. Give me a
You're just hanging out.
If I can't tell you,
they can't even tell you to like. You become a part of the establishment. Period. Yeah. If that's your way, you want compensation.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
If you were okay with that, and you are okay with just being in the room, you can.
But even that, like, being in the room is like, because that's where it starts. So if you're not okay with being just being in the room, then you're not okay with the rest of it.
Yep.
Because you're only okay with it under the circumstance that you're getting an immediate reward for it, albeit knowledge, time on the board, recording sessions for free, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Unless you're geting something out of it right now, you don't care.
Yeah.
So you don't care.
No, that is great. I like that Beatles. The Beatle. I'm gonna start. If I have an intern, I'm gonna make them.
It's real shit,
like
bro.
Yeah.
It's just like.
I just feel like I better have a deeper meaning. Like I can't do that because I don't have $5,000 speakers on top of me. I'm not gonna. You get me? But like I can do little like. Yeah.
You can and you can't. You well.
When you get to that level of the Beatles, you can make your interns pick apart. I mean, if I did that, it would be psychotic. It'd be like, dude.
No, but I'm not saying. Don't go that crazy about it.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, you can definitely find a way to
you do it like, yo, go get me the specific liquid death flavor. Like you do shit like that, and then if you make sure, don't like send him a picture. Just say, get me or be generic.
And then, well, not even. It's just like, at a certain degree, like, bro should know after a week, you want
that one.
A sparkling and a still.
Yeah, these are for you too. I don't know.
I'm chilling, bro. I brought my own cherry. I came prepared. But like, bro should know, like, you like XYZ.
Yeah.
Right, and that's your joint, and so you like to have a sparkling and a still for the guests, whatever the case may be, right? And we worked, like, let's say the podcast you previously did, the guests drank the sparkling but not the still. Bro should not even come here right away. Just go get a sparkling.
Exactly.
And like that's the I don't need to give you the test. The test is going to present itself.
Exactly. This is like etiquette. I'm trying to think. It's
exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's not even about work ethic.
Nope.
It's about etiquette and
thoughtfulness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being in the moment. Exactly. Thoughtful.
Paying attention.
I have exactly. I pay attention. I see this and I'm like, oh, this is who I'm trying to do things for at the moment. They have this. Yeah. They don't have any liquid death. Let me just go apply myself and get it.
That's it.
Yeah. Not even ask for a credit card. Like go buy it and then say, just drop the receipt on the table type shit.
Yep.
That's like a perfect example.
Yo, I'm on the way. You guys need anything?
Exactly.
It's a simple way for you to just make yourself valuable. That seems so like, oh, what does that matter?
I do that all the time.
But it's like, yo, it's just like, oh, you give a shit.
Yeah.
Hello there. I'm sorry to interrupt this lovely, beautiful podcast, but a quick reminder to like, follow, and subscribe. You can get the full video versions on YouTube and Spotify. You can get the social media on X, TikTok, Instagram. If you like what we're doing, share this with a friend. If not, who cares about you? Now let's get back into the show.
Bro, all people want is to feel like you care about them.
Yo,
That's all they want.
Yo, for real, that was deep as hell.
And like, even if you
That's all I
don't,
want.
even if you don't care about them,
Yeah, exactly. I
just
literally
make
don't
them think you do.
care. No, exactly.
Because they're just gonna be happier about it.
Yeah.
Who cares if it's real?
Yeah. It's human instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Legit.
But everybody just wants to be loved.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. Yeah.
That's it. You gotta treat people with dignity, even if it's fake.
You have a favorite band? Why the Beatles keep coming back to me?
No. I don't. No.
Not even for the emo kid phase? What was he bumping?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that stuff.
Awkward.
That's bad. That's a bad face.
What?
No, it was like the
Mayday Parade?
no, it was like attack.
Oh.
Like yeah, it was like that kind of shit. It was not
Okay.
great. Before it was well before the allegations.
Wait, so it's like
it was
a hard-
Hollywood
it's like
Undead.
Okay.
You know Hollywood Undead.
I've heard of them, but I never.
I listened to them before the allegations.
Just to clarify that.
I need to. I didn't know. After I stopped listening to them, and like 8 years went by before I even heard about them.
What? Okay.
Apparently, one of the guys
What was
is what's the YouTube friendly version for this?
We can blur it.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I want to find a good word for it. No, he would have been like a victim of Vitali, and
Okay.
you know what I mean.
I don't know Vitaly. He's like a famous streamer or whatever.
Yeah, you know what he does.
I don't.
Okay.
I know. That's my bad. I
No,
don't get references.
He allegedly was, you know,
You want to say so many things.
yeah, like it's just not great, and there's no way to say it on YouTube. Just blur it.
Spell it.
He was
Okay.
allegedly. I don't know if
Oh.
it was true.
That's it.
He was a serial rapist.
Okay. There we go.
Allegedly.
Okay.
The one with the dollar on his mask.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Yeah, that was a bad face.
Wait, they have a really good song.
They have a couple like decent songs.
He's like,
They had a couple.
Hey, just because Michael Jackson did.
I don't think he did that shit. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he did
You
that
think
shit.
he's still alive?
No.
You know who Sean Hibbler is? I'll show you. You'll be like, okay.
No, I don't know who Sean Hibbler is.
Just how you said, what was that dude? Dave whatever?
Pensado, yeah.
I don't know that
Yeah,
guy.
exactly. Who the fuck is that guy? I don't even know that fucking guy.
Sean Hibbler it's a huge like documentary that came out. Michael Jackson's still alive. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no favorite band.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't know.
Wait, so you were more attack, like those kind of bands
That
were
was-
more screamo, high energy?
Yeah, that was like real
Okay.
early though. That was.
I was in more Fallout Boy, emo boy. That's
Well,
like
so the-
fake emo boy, actually.
So I started like once I got like, you know, pulled my pants up
yeah.
and you know
Hey, yo,
stop being a fucking pussy.
pull your pants up after serial rapist is crazy.
Yeah, once I realized
get
I was
you.
being fucking gay,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, but I still wasn't really like, I gotta listen to everything my whole life, bro. I listen to everything. 'Cause my parents listened to like the Eagles and shit. But, like
Okay.
REO Speedwagon and like
Okay.
Hotel California is like,
Oh, geez.
I mean, it's one of the best songs
Yeah.
to ever exist.
Would
ever.
you rather hip hop or if you could
Forever?
only on your playlist hip hop or old school rock? Yeah, like that kind of period. I would say
Old rock? Like classic rock?
1970s to 90 to 80s or modern music. Pretty much is what that comes down to.
Modern music? I would 1000% say modern music just because it's modern music. People don't like it because what people get pushed, but like there's so many artists that are like making such good music
Yeah,
that like all you have to do is dig a little bit
yeah.
and you find them. So if I'm only left with today's music on my playlist, like now today's hip hop or today's music?
Today's music.
Yeah, I'd 100%.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's an
You
easy
know?
question when I say music, but
Yeah.
today's hip hop.
I'd
Today's
probably
hip-hop
still say
or,
hip-hop.
or like 60s, 70s rock.
I'd probably still say today's hip hop.
Yeah.
I think, well, it's also as an engineer, I like the sound of it
Okay.
way better.
This was something I was going to ask. Is it true? I've heard this 808s Okay, the sound of music now is at
Uh-huh.
a tempo that is very sped up, and it actually, your cells vibrate at a faster rate for real when this kind of vibration is being played around them at all times. Back in the day, there wasn't as hard 808s and as much vibration.
Well,
So people are aging faster because of the music we listen to. It's all at a higher tempo and higher rate.
Is that like the 440 versus 432 stuff?
That's like, this is like a little under.
Yeah. I know.
Exactly.
About a thing or two.
That's what that is.
I don't know. I don't know how you would test that. I don't know where that theory is coming from. I don't know where
People like me in the basement.
Well, right, but like I know. Okay, that part I understand. But it's like, where did it originate, and why is the number 432?
Like nothing to do.
Like, what's the like the difference between saying 434 or 457?
Because the
like,
vibration.
Right, but I understand it. But I'm just saying, like, it's an arbitrary number, and like everybody just quotes this number because one guy somewhere like probably did bad DMT
or came up with a paper.
Yeah, like it's just, I don't know. How could you test that? How do you even prove something like that?
We've never lived in that no one's lived in that time to.
And so what? You just tell every guy who owns a piano to detune it?
Oh, I know how to test it as a scientist. Ding. You take once 808s or whatever the frequency changed in making music. From that moment, before you do a life expectancy change, you do a life expectancy rate change in the decline of music by the percentage of how much music people listen to. Yeah, okay, so then getting a little crazy. But.
Yeah, but so then it's like, okay, so then like how far back does the recorded music go?
Far.
Go listen. Okay, what is the root frequencies of those songs?
I think one of the first things recorded was a song on the telegraph.
But like, was it 440? Was it 432? Like, it's probably just still 440,
True.
right? Like,
yeah, it was probably. Yeah.
It's probably 440 because like if I make a piano,
like,
and I have to do math because every note has to be tuned and like their mathematical like relationships against each other. Why would I ever want to do any math on 432 as my fucking root?
True.
Instead of 440.
Do you tune your music to a certain frequency when you're making it? No.
You can.
Okay.
It's naturally at 440. Okay. Everything lives naturally at 440, and you then from there can detune it.
Like our voices right now is at 40.
Well, just in music programs.
Okay.
440. The reason, so the idea is that like A at the center of the keyboard or piano is 440 hertz.
Okay.
So you can. The mathematical relationship between all that is all based off of equaling 440. You can then detune A to make A like 432.
Okay.
And then everything else changes to the same mathematical relationship, but the root note is now 432. So they're all slightly different.
Music is literally a universal language.
It's weird as shit, man. Yeah, 100%.
Have you ever seen the movie Encounters of a Third Kind?
Nope.
In the movie, the scientists, they get all of the top scientists in the world. This is very relevant. Encounters of a Third Kind.
What year did this take place?
Like the 1980s. Play the 5 tones. When they communicate with, they get all of these people. This is definitely going to get copyrighted.
Everything's ready here on the dark side of the moon.
This is how the first communications with aliens happens.
Play the 5 tones.
Pretty sweet. What are they saying to it, though? How do they know what they're saying to it?
They're speaking in music.
That doesn't mean anything.
The tone in which we're giving is so friendly and inviting. It's saying, hello, we're cool. And they're saying, what the hell is going on? You get this is what I'm trying to say with music is universal language.
Okay.
This is how they first communicate. This is Steven Spielberg. This is one of the greatest movies ever. Yeah. and then they continue to communicate back and forth.
So, okay,
music.
I see what you're saying.
They can't speak in English or math
Yeah.
or anything.
There's
they
no
can
noise.
only speak
Yeah,
in
and
noises.
noise. Yeah.
They hired like a bunch of scientists to get
See, immediately you go. My brain went to like words, and they're going like do 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 do, and then, like the aliens are like, I don't hear you.
I see. They're picking up the frequency. Yeah.
And he's like, what are you saying?
Yeah. It just like your words have vibrations, which have meaning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I
that
haven't thought about it from that like that to that degree.
That's what I mean.
That's pretty good.
It's an actual universal language.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It could be interpreted by literally with the 432 hertz. Like
play him "Dance with the Devil" by Immortal Technique and see how things go.
see how
Let's do that. Let's do that. See how fucking well we go. How long we last after playing them shit, like playing the Wiggles right after that. Oh, this is fucked.
That is fucked.
Yeah, because like they sent what is it?
That shit stuck in my head.
What's the one they sent into space? The Carl Sagan plate.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
There's like they sent like a gold plate through space
with everything,
with like a thing on it. It says like Carl Sagan's name on it. It has like a thing etched into it is like a record, like some music. There's like a music etched into it, like the imprint of a vinyl.
Yeah. With like a little brief history of who we are, where we.
No, it's just like a symbol of. It's like a chemical symbol of something that like proves like if you know what this symbol is. It proves that like we know what we're doing. Come talk to us. But like it's like this like chemical thing. I forget. It's like Carl Sagan did it.
Yeah.
It's like, but who cares about him?
I care about him.
I don't care at all about Carl Sagan.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, is Carl Sagan like a Bill? Do you know who Bill Nye the Science Guy is? You know he's not really a science guy, right?
He's a CIA asset. Yeah.
All right, you're the kind of people I need here.
Listen, you don't want to listen.
We don't have to.
Hold on. What time is it?
Yeah,
It's 2:30.
Let's
hold on. I have to leave in like an hour.
Okay.
I can do another hour. Let's go another hour. Okay. I have a hard out in an hour for the podcast world. I have a hard out.
Okay, in like seriously, in like 15 minutes, I want to get to some quick.
Yeah,
questions.
for sure.
But
hello there. I'm sorry to interrupt this lovely, beautiful podcast. But a quick reminder to like, follow, and subscribe. You can get the full video versions on YouTube and Spotify. You can get the social media on X, TikTok, Instagram. If you like what we're doing, share this with a friend. If not, who cares about you? Now let's get back into the show.
Yeah, CIA, it's all scam. They hate us.
They hate us.
It's...
Yeah, they've been putting false assets in science men and shoving them down our throats through podcasting and other forms of medium.
It's so much deeper than that, dude. It's so much deeper. I don't sleep at night,
Why
man.
before did you say you hate Jordan Peterson? Is he one of these? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, duh. Yes.
Duh.
Clearly.
But don't you feel like he promotes... Okay, let's say anybody is an asset. Everyone's an asset, right? Don't you think he like talks about good things, like keep the kids straight, God, whether you agree or not, like good morals?
I don't know what he talks about recently. I don't care about anything recently. The only thing I've ever given a shit that he's ever done
drugs
is the psychological
drug.
No, that's
drug addiction for a while.
That's party on, dude. Drug, sex, and rock and roll. What is he from? He's from Canada too, right?
Yeah,
like those dudes party.
No, yeah.
People think Canada's pussy only until you break a liquor bottle out. Then Canada fucking goes hard.
They're cool as hell up there.
But so
Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, he did the psychological analysis of Genesis in like 2009.
Okay.
And then posted it. Maybe I don't know. I might have the timeline. Who cares?
I don't. Yeah.
It's the only piece of content I've ever enjoyed from it.
Okay.
But I work out to it.
Okay.
It's not really anything people work out. It's like people like writing dissertations and like papers on this shit.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there just like, you fucking pussy, do another rep. Because he's like, well, do you want to be a man or not?
That is hyped up.
You know? It's fucked. Yeah, because it's like, well, Abraham. And
Yeah.
it's like, as a Roman Catholic, like growing up Roman Catholic, you start hearing about the Bible.
Yeah.
Whether or not I go to church or not, it's just like I hear
I see.
my entire family.
Shove it, like,
It's just how they talk.
yeah.
And so then you hear him do this thing, and he's just.
It hits you in the spot.
And the thing about Noah is,
I
we
like
gotta be ready. The flood is just a thing that happens in your life. And are you ready or not?
He does say a bunch of generic things.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's like, all right, like, it's great. I like the content
That's what I'm saying. The context.
from that standpoint of it. But it's like
He could be
anything after he
He could be
became
fighting
part of the Daily Wire, I'm not a fan of.
Agreed.
I can't.
It's part of the conglomerate that I literally oppose. That I don't like.
It's just like, why did we do that?
How do you feel about the music and the CIA and all of the not CIA music and
There's a hot case right now.
Is there? We haven't even talked about. There's so much to talk about.
The Diddler.
Oh, yes,
Yeah. So his mentor was Clive Davis.
yes.
Who was a known CIA asset. He never paid his taxes. He got off on like 78 federal charges,
Sheesh.
and literally never sat a day in a federal prison.
Wow.
Not one day.
He's talking.
And then he died, and Diddy just was like, "Yo!"
He died. I thought he was still alive.
Or maybe he gave up shit. I forget how it happened.
I think he gave up shit.
That might be the case, or maybe they told him to just like, "Yo, get
Whatever.
the fuck out of the chair." Whatever the case may be, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But his time as the chair, because he was like the guy, he was like the chairman of like ABC Records, and like he was like the first,
Yeah.
one of the very first executive in music.
Yeah.
Was Diddy's mentor through like Cold War, Vietnam, like the
So you
beginning
think-
stages of
yeah.
World War II.
Okay,
like,
so yeah, I think that you know
like-
what Jim Morrison was.
dude, so like, yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
So
been a
it's
thing.
all in. It's since the. That's the thing, right? It's like it really
He's
all.
like, do I know
it-
who Jim Morrison is?
Well, it really all took off after World War One. Once the OSS disbanded and became the CIA.
Exactly.
That's really once it all started, because it's like 11 words or something in like their doctrine, where it's basically like legal jurisdiction or anything that is viewed as a threat to national security or something. It's like something
It's like
along
they
those
can't
lines.
operate domestically; they can only operate.
Unless, and like, but it's all couched. It all gets washed away by unless it's viewed as a threat to national security.
Yeah,
So it just means that they can do whatever the fuck they want if they just go, "But Your Honor,
yeah,
I swear to God, I thought we were going to blow shit up."
yeah.
Right? And so it's like they literally can just go. They've done it in every country, literally, since countries have been countries after World War II.
Yeah.
It's just been a thing. That's just what they
You think
do.
it goes that deep? Like they're killing JFK and blowing up Twin Towers and
You have
propagandizing people and putting it in the movies?
You have no idea.
What do you mean?
You gotta talk to Dave Smith more. Yeah, Dave knows, bro. I'm telling you,
I
Dave
talk to
knows.
Dave Smith every week.
Yeah, Dave knows, man. I'm telling you, if Dave don't know, Dave is lying to you.
No, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, ask him about the French Connection in Southeast Asia in like the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Okay.
Rough shit with the Chinese Civil War and what we were doing to those boys.
Oh, I've had them.
It was really, really bad. And then like the Chinese Civil War and the guys we backed just fell through,
Okay,
completely fell over,
okay,
and we just still had control of the opium fields,
okay.
and so we just
I don't know much about this.
we just started a civil war in Laos.
Beautiful.
We were just like, let's try it over here.
Was it us and Great Britain?
No,
Okay,
no, it was us.
okay,
Oh no, it was us.
okay.
So France actually tried it. So while we were fighting the Chinese and like I'm not really fighting the Chinese. We were backing the Chinese Civil War. We were backing the Nationalist Party against the big guy. They're fucking Tiananmen Square. What's the guy's name? Fuck.
How?
Yeah,
Mao.
Mao. Yeah. Chairman Mao. It was Mao. It was Mao versus this fucking other guy. And the other guy was selling heroin in like the Yunnan province, backed by the United States. And when they lost, he fled to Taiwan.
Okay.
And that's why Taiwan became like this. We're our own
I
thing,
see.
right? But then when that fell, at that time, the French were kind of trying to topple Laos.
Okay.
But then that fell through, right at the same time. And we were just like,
What's going
let's
on?
just walk next door
Yeah.
and fuck that house up.
Yeah.
But then we used a lot of that heroin that we were selling, the opium really that we were selling from what they called the Golden Triangle.
Okay.
what was the guy?
Why are you?
Bugsy.
That's what it's called.
Well, that's what it's called. Yeah, Bugsy Siegel. Like a lot. Like I don't know if that's his name. Like I think that was the CIA pilot. That
I
did
doubt
the
that they
Nicaragua
call.
stuff.
I doubt the Asians call it that.
I doubt. Well, let me not do a
That's
Shane
fair.
Gillis because I'll do it.
I'll fucking do
Yeah. No, but so they used all the heroin that they were selling in the Golden Triangle to fund like Civil
Golden
Wars.
Triangle.
Yeah, Golden Triangle. It's
That's all it is.
triangle. It's not a triangle. Yeah, it's pretty good though.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, good heroin. It's the best heroin.
the best.
So they use that heroin to sell or to fund a civil war in Nicaragua because they needed Nicaragua to use as a base against Cuba.
You're damn right.
And then that's where
You're damn right.
George H. Bush comes in.
Kill JFK.
Well, yeah, they did do that.
Put in a fake president.
Not quite a fake president.
Well, a vice president.
Their guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Completely like their guy.
Yeah.
And then Nixon. And so, I mean, Nixon was on record saying that, like, the same machine that got Kennedy was going to get him if he didn't chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
So that became, like...
And he did chill out.
Yeah, his wife was like, yo, can we, like...
Yeah.
Please...
Reagan didn't chill out. Reagan got shot.
Yeah, well, there's a great little story about that. Hinckley, the guy who shot him,
Yes.
is out now.
Yes.
And makes music. He's a folk singer.
You're about to drop a song with him.
I wish.
Hit
It'd
me
be
up.
fucking hilarious. But so the funny thing is so allegedly Hinckley was at the Bush's compound in Arlington like 3 weeks before he shot Reagan.
Okay. Wait, he was where again?
The Bush compound in Arlington, Texas.
Of course.
So Bush was his vice president, but before that he was director of the CIA.
Yeah.
Right? And he was also completely unqualified to run the CIA. On paper.
Yes.
He ran an oil company that was a front, and he was an asset. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But, so, what was I saying?
Will Hinckley Jr.
Yes. So
Bush's house.
He goes there. I don't know if this is true, but in my head, this is how the conversation goes. So he sits down for dinner, and he goes, George goes, so, Bill, what's going on? Tell me about your life. He goes, well, I don't know, nothing. Not much going on.
Making music.
Same old.
I'm thinking about making
strumming
music.
this guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
thinking about
peddling my wares. And he goes, oh, well, your dad's a real good guy. I could help you out. You need a job. You got any love in your life? Like, what can we help you? What can we do? Well, it's not going to sound real, but that Jodie Foster, she really does get me going.
Yeah.
Right? Well, Bill, you want that's a special girl.
Yeah.
You want a girl like that, the whole world knows her. You gotta do something real big for the whole world to see.
You gotta notice.
Get her attention.
Damn,
Let me tell you about a guy I don't like.
You're convincing me already.
Right? And
Keep telling me about
and 3 weeks later, he goes out to his bedroom that night, right? And he's just like, why is there a gun on my dress? Oh, dude, I left you a present. Right? Like, fucked up. Bad shit. But so then he shoots Hinckley. I mean, he got him, dude. Hits him right, like, in the rib, like, right here. Reagan didn't even know he was shot. He's, like, bleeding out in the fucking limousine.
Yeah.
There's the HBO thing. He gets out, and everyone's like, holy fuck, the president he walked into the fucking hospital. He's like, I'm not getting put on a stretcher.
I've never seen that.
It's a very good adaptation. And I forget who plays the guy.
I've
but he does
seen
a great,
the shooting. You've seen the shooting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen the whole movie. It's a great doc. It's like a great, like, biopic.
True, the shooting is obviously
I think it's the day of the president, something like that.
The footage is insane. You literally see the shooter on camera.
Yeah. No, John got him.
Yeah.
John got him. Yeah. He like fucking. He got him.
Yeah. Better than the Trump shooter.
Oh, he got him.
Yeah.
No. He fucking got him.
Yeah.
He's like bleeding out in the limo.
Insane.
He thought because like the bodyguard dove on him.
Okay.
That the bodyguard broke his ribs. And then he like.
He didn't know what the
started
problem was.
coughing
He didn't
blood
know what it actually was.
in the limousine. Starts coughing, and there's a private. They couldn't whatever the whole thing.
Yeah.
But so Hinckley goes to jail. Okay, Hinckley gets out. Well, no, okay. So Hinckley goes to jail. Okay,
Yo, imagine making a song with him.
a couple, right? I can't remember the time on this, but I'm pretty sure Yeah, so this is a year. It's like a year after the Beatles, right? And so
Okay.
and George tells him, like, the guy, I changed the Beatles and the Beatles changed the world. Like that,
That's what he
that's the
said.
guy. That's the shooter John Lennon said, right? And he goes like, it's a guy like that,
That's insane.
man, change the world. So he goes to jail, and then like he gets out, right? And the judge, he's writing letters to the judge. Again, I don't know if this is real. It's just great. It's hilarious to me. He's writing letters to the judge, and he's like, can I? This is so. Reagan dies. This is after Reagan dies.
Okay.
So that's what he's like. He's writing letters to the judge. Jodie Foster's still alive though.
Okay.
Right. So he's writing letters to the judge, and he's like, listen, like I know, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I fucked up. I did a bad thing. Like, can I? He's dead. I know. I've learned from my mistake. I know you wouldn't trust me until he passed away. But can I please go home now? And the judge was just like, what are you gonna do? Because I need to know. Like, I need to make sure you're not
Crazy.
fucking around, right? Like
You're not liable to society.
right? And once like, and if you tell me you're going to be doing something, I need to make sure you're actually doing it,
Yes.
right? And so like the things need to line up. As a judge, sending a guy who shot the president home,
It's insane.
you can't be the guy who sends him home and he does it again.
No,
You lose your licensing.
Yeah.
Like you can't be a judge
You
anymore,
can't. Yeah.
right? And so he's like, I'm gonna be a folk singer. And that's what he does. And like, fair enough, great. But then, you know who Sirhan is?
Of course, the guy who assassinated Bobby Kennedy is.
No, Bobby Kennedy.
Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah, Bobby Kennedy. Shot him in the fucking heart, dude.
Yeah.
In the fucking, in the hospital, in the
back
kitchen.
of the hotel.
Yeah, in the kitchen of the hotel.
Yeah.
After like a speech. And like,
Isn't he out?
no.
Oh, okay.
Fuck no, dude.
Okay.
You killed that guy.
Okay.
Right? And so this is the funny part. And so my thing is, when John Hinckley Jr. gets out, Sirhan writes to his judge, and he goes, hey, the guy I tried to kill is dead.
Okay.
Guys let John out for the same thing.
Wait, what do you mean the guy he tried to kill was dead? He killed the guy.
Exactly.
So
So he's going, you guys let John Hinckley out because Reagan died. He tried to kill Reagan. Reagan's dead now. I tried to kill Bobby. Bobby's dead
I
now.
understand.
Bobby's been dead. He's dead now. Can I
killed
go
him.
home, please? And the judge goes, dude, fuck no. But for my curiosity, what are you going to be doing? And he goes, well, John's been putting out this fucking music. I'm thinking I could learn drums.
We're just start a band.
Start a band. You know what we're going to call it? The Killers.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Brightside.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great.
I was thinking, what the name of that song be? Holy shit.
No, it's still Mr. Brightside.
But it'd be a
They
band.
got out of federal prison that is shooting presidents or presidential
That's
candidates.
crazy.
Yeah, that's the brightest side possible, dude.
That is crazy.
The fact they didn't consent to Guantanamo Bay,
They should have killed them.
100%.
Just how the Trump shooter. Straight business. You try to kill the president, you just die.
But you know why they didn't?
Why are you even going in handcuffs?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Whatever. It goes very deep. There's a great YouTube channel called Eyes Wide Shut, or
Okay.
Eyes Wide Open, rather.
Eyes Wide Shut is a movie.
Yeah. No, Eyes Wide Open on YouTube.
Okay.
Great YouTube channel. You can burn through that shit in like 2 days if
Wow.
you're dedicated to my craft. You can really burn through that. Crack open a 6-pack and go to fucking town, dude.
Do it.
It's unbelievable shit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
You like a history more or conspiracies?
Yes.
Yes. No, which one
Aren't
do
they the same thing?
Not all conspiracies contain history, I guess, but everything is a part of history if you look at it like that. No, some
Squares,
conspiracies,
rectangles.
some conspiracies could be in the future. Not really.
History's happening every day, brother.
No, if a conspiracy in the future is a prediction.
Is it?
I don't know.
Or was it happening the whole time?
I'm not sure.
Right? Like, but it's
I'm about to roll up.
it's just a matter of how you view it.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Like the idea is like it's happening. History's happening every day.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking not all history is conspiracy. Oh, okay.
I would
Not all- that's what it is.
1000%
That's what it
disagree.
is. Not all history is conspiracy.
No, you're wrong. Well, okay. A lot of people would argue with you. Let me rephrase it that way. There's a large population
I would
of
say
people.
the majority of
that-
the education system would say I'm correct.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
But there's a large population of people. No.
I agree with
But
you.
we're going
most
conspiracy
people-
time, right? We're going tinfoil hats. There's a large population of people that would argue with you that 2,000 years were added to the calendar.
I'm one of those people.
So this is where we're going. So now once we start, like, okay, again, there's a lot of shit that I don't necessarily agree with. I know about it because I think it's entertaining stuff, the same way like Lord of the Rings is entertaining.
Okay.
Like I think it's cool, and I'm a bit dumb, so it works on me.
Yeah.
A little bit,
Me
but
as well.
I have enough judgment after I watch the videos to go, I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know.
That I believe, but that is not.
Yeah, like while I'm watching it, I'll literally go, I don't like that one. That makes me seem crazy. The fact I'm watching this in public and you just said that makes me seem crazy, but I'll keep watching because I think you're going to redeem yourself in 5 minutes. They usually don't. They usually don't. But the whole Tartaria thing and
you've been down
it goes deep, man. Yeah, I go down the rabbit holes.
I definitely agree with. There definitely was an advanced civilization that existed before. Whether it was to the level that they're hosting the world fairs and how deep they go, I'm unaware. He's like, oh, this boy wants to dig. No. But I don't like even like a huge part of history has been destroying the history. Even like the Library of Alexandria, the Tower.
So how isn't all of it a conspiracy? Because you pick and choose what you kept, right?
Okay, the history is hiding.
Uh-huh.
I would say it's
right. Like it's all fake.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, true. It isn't semantics. History is not
It's written by the winner.
Yes.
So fundamentally, it's going to change over time.
So you'd say everything in history is not true.
I would say it's never the whole. I would say it's never the whole truth.
Okay. Yeah.
It's never the whole truth. Can't be.
There's like a sizzle of truth in it.
I would say about a quarter of it's true.
Yeah.
Right, because it's like what is actually true is comprised of like the winner's perspective, the loser's perspective, what actually happened, and then all of that gets filtered through time to some dickhead who went to Princeton.
Mm-hmm. And tells the story.
Right.
And it teaches that to exactly.
Right. So it's like it can't be more than. You've ever played telephone? I've sat next to you guys playing that shit, and we fucked that up horribly.
No.
You're talking about thousands of years? Yeah, no, there's no fucking way. It's just like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, some conspiracies have to do with our space. And that has nothing to do with history. You see?
Yeah, but it is history, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. No, that's like a current observation, location, space, time.
But wait a minute. When was the first argument of the heliocentric universe or solar system?
I would say
because the idea
1500s.
And what was it before that?
It was a firmament.
So we've had this argument before. Isn't that not history?
Yes. No, they argued this.
And so it's fundamentally it is and now because the argument has happened multiple times over hundreds of years, thousands, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
The fact that it's a natural conversation for people to have, true or otherwise in either direction, just means that on one part of it, somebody's lying.
Yeah.
They have to be.
Okay.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be arguing.
The size of the orientation of the planet doesn't matter, but what do you think the reason would be to, if it was round or flat, what would be the reason to lie and say that it is one or the other way? Is there a difference?
Yes, I don't. Regardless of what it is, the idea to subterfuge the general population on what it is just as simple. Like the reasoning is control immediately.
Yes.
Right, because like if I can get you on something so fundamental, and that's like the base, one of the base like foundations that the rest of our thought and logic and way of life and history, our entire society is built off of, and immediately I've tricked you. Everywhere else, I can't.
You won't win because I know.
I win. Immediately. I win.
Exactly.
Right, and so it's
you
like
don't even know the cards being.
Yeah,
played.
so because you've lost.
You think it's a fake game
before you even walked into the casino.
It's rigged. Yeah.
So it's like, and I don't necessarily have any reason to believe that like the powers that be from history and like medieval, like all this other shit went away.
Yeah, me either.
Like, why would they? Like, that's silly to believe that.
Yeah, there's two things. One thing is if I was controller of the world, or if we were controllers of the world, just hypothetically imagine, and we said, and then somebody said, this is the size of the earth, right?
Right.
The last thing I would do is tell the other people, besides me and you, there's land everywhere.
Yeah.
I would tell them there's like the world
That's what I
globe
told
that
them
you have.
immediately was that
Exactly.
it ends here.
Like there would be places on the
You'll
map
fall
that
off
you
the edge
wouldn't
of the
even
earth.
you wouldn't even know existed.
Mhm.
To this day, like I would make sure of it. If I
Mhm.
controlled the way the world operated, it'd be like
And good old Christopher Columbus
exactly.
gets a whole lot of shit these days.
Yeah. No, but
But like, he was a psychopath.
he was the guinea, like the
He was
the
an
face
absolute
of that.
psycho, dude.
I know. I've read his accounts in the.
I didn't even think he got like he thought he went to India.
They call them Indians.
Yeah, he didn't even care.
You damn Indians.
Didn't even give a shit. Yeah.
You know what he did to get the? He like gave. He said
It's a
that
whole
the
thing.
eclipse is going to happen.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Okay.
It's a whole thing. It's the gold, the fucking eclipse, the tribes that were being
The
subjugated.
reason we're like
and then,
rushing
yeah.
is because we're
Yeah. Okay. Questions.
we're hard out.
Questions. Yeah.
Let's
30
get
minutes of
into
questions. Let's
some
go.
Quick
Yeah. Let's go.
questions.
We
All right.
We gotta do a part 2.
No, we're gonna
Get that thing. We gotta do a part 2, and Dan has to be here
100.
because I need Dan for. I need to talk at least 15
No.
minutes of golf with Dan.
Yeah, 100%. Me and Dan. Yeah, people should
Dude,
know.
that would be sick.
Every episode should be with me and Dan.
That would-
I hate that
yeah.
people even think I want to do this with you. I want to do this.
Right.
I would have started my own podcast.
No,
I would
of
have had
course.
Dan.
Exactly.
I would literally produce my podcast
I
and
love-
Dan's
I love
podcast. That's
the
not what
two
I
of y'all.
want.
It's
I want
great.
both
I need
of
both
us.
y'all.
Hello there. I'm sorry to interrupt this lovely, beautiful podcast, but a quick reminder to like, follow, and subscribe. You can get the full video versions on YouTube and Spotify. You can get the social media on X, TikTok, Instagram. If you like what we're doing, share this with a friend. If not, who cares about you? Now let's get back into the show. Show.
Perfecto.
Let's get into some quick
Yeah.
questions. Nah. All right. Are you ready?
No, but go ahead.
All right. What's today's date?
The 23rd of April, 2025.
What's your current mood? That's not how I ask it. Current mood?
My current mood.
Current mood. That's the tone I use.
Suffocating?
Coughing. Who are you?
Max?
What are you? You like that?
Go ahead, man. Just keep going. Fire them off.
Where are you from? We
The
answered
way.
that one.
I'm around the way.
Where are we right now? We know where we are. Why are you here? That one's
Fuck
important.
bitches get money.
Thank you for coming, bro. For real.
Thank you.
No,
I appreciate
cool.
you having me.
If there was no such thing as money or time, what would you do all day?
I just jerk off.
No, for real. Stop. What
What
would
would
you
there
do?
be to work for?
I think you would still create music.
If I don't, with my play the skin flute, you know what I mean?
Okay, meet your future spouse or future enemy.
How deep is the enemy? Is it like a Pokemon rival?
As deep as
Or is it
you
like Et tu Brute enemy? What are we talking here?
Du Brute. I don't understand the reference, but whatever that one was, yeah.
My
Tu
wife. Fuck that shit. I don't want to die.
That's what.
Et tu Brute is the guy who killed, or Brutus is the guy who killed Caesar, and when he stabbed him,
Oh,
Caesar
yes.
goes, Et tu, you too, Brutus. Et tu Brute.
Okay.
It's Latin. In case you didn't know, because you're dumb.
Singles or albums?
Oh, singles. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Is the song good?
100 fans or one super fan?
100 fans. I don't need a stalker.
Does the internet help or hurt mankind?
Damn, that's tough. Mankind? Damn, that's tough.
And
'cause it's like-
womankind.
no, I get it. Oh, I know what you meant. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to CNN you.
They're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm
to
not.
you.
I'm not going to NPR and Vice you. That's fucked up.
Existence.
Damn, it's tough because like people, like the general population, get fucked up over the internet because of just like the side effects of the internet. But like medical technology and like that, like
Is it not exposed?
But then the argument goes like, what? So we're just making dumbasses who live longer, like, and that's like fair. All right, so we're just in idiocracy. So I don't care. I don't know. Like, is that a fair answer?
That wasn't very good at Alex.
Yeah, I don't know.
You basically said it doesn't help her.
Yeah, it's
Declaration of Independence or Constitution?
independence. The biggest fuck you the world has ever seen.
Domesticate any animal in the world. Which one you domesticating?
Dead or alive?
Dead or either one. I'll let your imagination.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Is it truly domesticated?
Yeah.
I want Clifford.
Like Night at the Museum.
I want Clifford the big red dinosaur, dude.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
That's a good one.
Just paint
The
that
big
motherfucker.
animated.
I'll just spray paint him, dude. Spend $4,000 at Home Depot on Rust-Oleum or whatever the fuck it's called. God damn. Yeah, all right.
If you were an inanimate object, what would you be?
Oh, fuck.
That one's weird. I don't like that
You know
one.
what? I don't know. A
It's-
flip-flop. I don't know.
If you could talk to animals or inanimate objects that became alive and you could talk to them, which one would you rather talk to? Animals or inanimate objects? Like this couch right now would be alive. You could be like, yo, couch.
No, because animals. Because all inanimate objects would do is complain.
I just imagine everything in the room.
That's all they would do.
Just mouths.
Why are you sitting on me?
I can't move.
Can you fucking wash me?
Only one plug-in
You haven't.
forever.
It'd be a bad girlfriend. You haven't touched me in days. It's terrible.
No, it would be.
It's
There's
so bad.
dust
Like,
everywhere.
yeah, fucking. It would literally after like a week, everything would just sigh at you as you walk past it.
Liquid does be like, you're gonna
Yeah.
drink me already?
Yeah, like you literally just walk past everything in your house and it would just be like after like a week.
No, for real.
Yeah, definitely animals. At least those fuckers are outside.
True. And then I feel like you could feel their energy. They'd be freer.
Yeah.
One plug-in forever.
Plug in?
Yep. One.
Like, okay, define the question for me. So, like, one, I only get to use this plugin forever, or like of this category of plugins.
You get one plug-in to put on anything forever.
Well,
Is that a hard question?
because like it's like impossible to make something that way.
Okay.
Because like
Help me with the question. If it's
yeah. So like I could say like if the question was, see like one. My bad. That's my lighter anyway. But my bad.
Yeah.
What plugin could you like if you could only use this plugin forever? Like the way in my brain I hear that, I would say FabFilter Pro Q4 would be the only EQ. I'd be happy if that was the only EQ I ever got to use ever again.
Okay.
I still need like compressors and all this other shit, but like in my head I go, okay, of EQs I only want this.
Can I re-ask it?
Mhm.
You only get 3 plugins. What are they? Something like that? 3 or 4. Like I'll narrow it down to like that. So that you get to go in your head, I need an EQ, I need a reverb, I need an auto-tune. So
I'm going to go
3 or 4.
probably Valhalla for the verb just because it's easy. Pro Q4. And I'll go RVox or R. I'll go RComp.
What is
Or
our
no, we'll go R channel. We'll be a stickler about it. We'll go R channel because it has an EQ in it. Hey yo, I got 2 of them, bitches.
I got you. No.
Or I could just say Ozone
Okay.
because like Ozone has literally everything in it.
Okay.
It has limiters, it has EQs, dynamic
Okay.
EQs. It has. I mean, it's. I mean, you don't necessarily like people who overuse it because it's bugged out. But that's a whole thing.
Free plugins or free equipment? Which would you rather? Every time you wanted it, you get the new plugin.
Oh, hardware.
or new
Hardware for sure. Oh, fuck yeah. Hardware is way more expensive.
Okay.
And it sounds better.
Yeah.
Hardware every day.
Or any software, I guess, not just plugins.
Yeah, and I'd go hardware all day. I'd
Okay.
go like as many keyboards and outboard.
Yeah, as many-
100%. Yeah.
Piano or guitar?
Guitar.
Do you know how to play any instruments?
I know like the day one chords on guitar. That's it.
Okay. Finish this. I wish I had someone I can blank with.
Talk about the CIA's mistrustings and misdoings across the globe and why our government hates everybody and why we should be skeptical of both political parties.
You're gonna get a lot of DMs from people who want to talk about it with you. No,
Well,
we could talk about that whenever you want.
well, yeah.
to.
If you dislike the system and you think it's a scam, why do you vote? Because that just means you're participating in the system that you think is and know is a scam. Okay, whatever. Keep going.
Yeah. No. If you had all the resources
Yeah.
and time and land to build whatever you want, what would you build? A house, a school, an amusement park?
For
park?
who though?
Yourself.
For me,
Or for the I mean, you can make whatever you want.
as much resources and land as I build the fucking world's largest house. What are you talking about? And it would just have everything in it.
Okay.
I'd call my guy for the free hardware, and I'd build like 72 different studios. And I'd build a house about 78 miles long. We'd pull eminent domain and just cut through route, like just highways are getting demolished.
Do you have any trophies displayed in your house?
No. Yes, but it's not mine. It's a photo when I was like 5 of me holding touching the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
But that's like, and it's a trophy and it's displayed, but it's not the trophy
not really a
or
trophy.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a family.
No.
Make music for yourself or for others?
Both.
What's
Same time.
Pain or pressure? What's worse?
Worse? Neither. Both great. I love that. I love pain and pressure.
Oh, okay. Do you ever open your eyes underwater?
Who doesn't?
A lot of people.
Like,
Have you ever been in a dunk tank?
No.
Have you ever thrown stuff at a dunk tank?
No. Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it.
You ever gotten bit by a dog?
Yeah.
How bad was it?
Not bad.
No stitches. Would you rather be misunderstood or just be completely ignored?
Misunderstood because at least I get to look people in their eyes.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
for what it's worth, at least I'm not.
You're real. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still like
You're still yourself.
well, not even that.
You're just ignored.
I'm a human being.
True.
That like I still have interactions with people. They just go, "What?"
True.
It's just like if I'm ignored, it's just like nothing.
That's
Yeah,
right.
nah, fuck
Literally.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Would you rather a studio with no lights or no AC and it's hot as hell, or it's pitch black every time you go to the studio?
No lights, for sure. For sure.
Would you rather tour with no phone or with no clean clothes for the whole tour?
Clean clothes.
Great Pyramid or Great Wall? Pick one. Yeah.
I need the pyramids because I need to get to the bottom of them. Quite literally, I need to get underneath them.
Legitimately.
Yeah, I need to get to the bottom of
How
them.
about the Sphinx? What's under the Sphinx? Can Max Lowe tell us the answers that we want to know?
I don't think the Sphinx is a Sphinx.
I
But
think
that's a
you
whole
need
other
to-
thing, man.
Give me 1 second. I think you need to go to some out of pocket
I think
questions.
the Sphinx used to have wings, brother.
Wait,
But that's a different thing.
what do you mean actually have wings?
Wings, yeah. I think it had wings.
Like I'm so like a wing stop. Like it flew? You think it was a living entity?
I think it was a statue of a living entity, yeah.
Oh, I like that. I think that's definitely.
I think it's odd that griffins pop up everywhere on like maps and everywhere in fantasy. And like,
Do you think
never seen
J.K.
common.
Rowling wrote the Harry Potter novels herself?
Yeah, they're not that crazy. It's just the Bible.
Would you rather lose your sense of time or your sense of direction?
Time.
Who killed JFK? CIA, mob, George Bush,
Yes.
Kennedy, his family,
Yes.
his own family.
Yes. I'm just gonna say yes to all. Yes.
What is a woman?
A documentary that was filmed by
Oh,
the opposite party to show
you
the opposite.
smart
Okay,
ass.
there's two power factions, and they hate all of us, and they just argue with each other through entertainment.
Okay.
And that was one party arguing with another party through a documentary.
What is a man? That was
If my grandfather would say, in today's day and age, about half of what it used to be.
oh, I like that.
I don't know.
Would you take $10 million, but every time you spend it, you had to tell everyone you're racist? Like liar, liar rules. Every single time you spent the money. Like if you go to the car dealership, you have to go, hey, I got this money from being a really racist. I got this money from being a really douchebag. Every single time. Even if you
Or
go to
what's the other thing?
Starbucks,
What's the other thing?
you don't take the money.
Oh.
You don't have any money.
I just don't get the money?
You don't get
Oh,
it.
I thought there was like another thing to it.
Or liar, liar rules.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? Who cares? $10 million bucks.
No, I would do the same.
I don't care.
How flat is the earth?
don't know. I don't think anybody knows.
This is something I wanted to say before with the flat Earth.
Yeah.
Really quick side tangent. The reason I feel like if the world was, this is a deep one. If the world was round,
Okay.
right, or flat, whatever it is, the reason that I would lie to them and say it was a circle globe and we're spinning in an inanimate place is because the meaning of your life has no meaning. You're on an aimless rock spinning through an infinite void of space. We have no idea why we're here. We're nothing.
Versus
we're
like being in this like interconnected
a
realm.
fixed
Yeah.
place made
Yeah.
for us by creatures, or we don't
Yeah.
know. God's put us here.
Okay.
Like, we are infinite beings, and they don't want us to know that.
Fundamentally make. I like that point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I like that point.
That's just what I would. If
I
I,
like that.
yeah.
That's good. I mean, like that makes sense. I can see that. I can definitely see that. It makes sense.
Are there too many podcasts?
No.
Have you ever bullied anyone?
Yeah, for sure.
Been
Every day.
bullied?
Yeah, for sure. Every day.
Is Michelle Obama a man?
I think it's hilarious that it's a thing that my uncles email each other about. But other than that, I don't know. I think it's really fun. I think so. This is the thing, right? Like, I think it's. I think the implication that it's real is fucked up because the idea, if they did fake it and like she is a man, like just hypothetically, right?
Okay, yes.
Just,
Please,
like,
let's run through this.
If they did, right? Like if that is real,
yes.
Because people go, okay, what does it matter? And it's like,
why did you do? Oh, because
well, the reason why it matters in my head is because, like, well, if you're able to hide something so simple like that and trick everybody, what else are you lying about?
Oh, that's
right. Because it's like again,
point.
it goes back to that the M&Ms. It's the principle of it.
That
if it's
is.
something so simple, what else are you capable of?
It is.
Right. Like if you can pull this simple thing that like you're telling me these two people don't look exact, and I don't know if the photos are real. I've just seen the memes. I don't know.
That's why the flat Earth shit matters.
Right. Exactly.
You're
it's
not
the same
even
thing.
telling me where I am.
It's the same thing.
How
do I know any of it's real? Right. And so it's like I but then the what is
why would you lie about her being a man though? Because he would never be the president.
Hilarious.
No, why would you?
It's hilarious. There's no other reason to lie about it.
As the people in there, like, why would they lie to the public? Because it's
to show you I can.
No, you're right, so that they don't face the karmic repercussions.
To show you I can.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Have you ever heard of that theory that
your principle.
If you show people what you're doing to them, you don't face the karmic?
It's what does Spud call it? Predictive programming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is when they have to put it out in your face so that they don't face
the drones are.
What do you mean the drones?
In Jersey?
Oh, okay.
All over the state?
I wasn't sure if you were
Yeah, that's what those are.
Okay.
Those, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it's pretty. Well, it's just like that thing, but now
Damn.
they're owned by us.
So now it's.
Yeah. It's okay, guys. Trust these drones.
Yeah.
Don't get used to the buzzing noise above your houses.
My next question: what are the drones in New Jersey?
Is that really the? No. I was about to say.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be fucking phenomenal.
Have you ever had a side piece?
No.
Have you ever shot a gun?
Yeah.
Which gender lies more?
Women.
Would you rather be a famous painter or a famous clothing brand?
Fuck. Clothing brand because I'm not a money laundering service for the mob and the CIA. Clothing brand also because once you kind of do one good thing, you can just put dog shit out for the rest of your life, and everyone just goes, "Oh wow."
Very true.
There's an old Matt and Shane's episode where they're just literally just go Giuseppe.
That is how it is.
Yeah.
They get so much true.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Is God real?
I don't think it matters. I think there's 4 options on the table. I think that's he does or he doesn't exist, and then there's how you act like he does or you act like he doesn't, right? So that means like you can have he's not real and you
then
act
all
like
the
he's not real,
combinations.
right? So he's not real and you act like he's not real. He's not real
and you don't.
And he is real, or he is real and you act like he's not real, or like he's not real and he is real, or he's not real. You act like he is, or he's not real. And you act whatever it is. There's 4 options.
Yep.
The two extremes that matter are he exists and you behave as though he doesn't.
Yes.
Or
he doesn't
exist and you behave as though he does. Of those 2 options, if I'm just a gambling man, because ultimately anybody who says yes or no either way is a liar. You can't know.
Yeah.
You can believe, and that's the point of faith, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Right? But you can't know.
Yeah.
So if I'm using my better judgment, if I say of those two options, which one is more risky? Him being real and me acting like he's not means
believing.
eternal hellfire and brimstone?
Yeah.
Or he's not real and I've just been a good person the whole time?
Yes.
And we're going, oh, what? So what? I'm worms.
Yeah.
People liked me. So what? I felt good the whole time.
Yeah, we're all worms.
What do I lose?
Yeah.
Right? So, like, what's riskier?
It's to not believe.
Not believe.
To not live your life.
To live your life like he is real.
Exactly.
And the fundamental principle, and like the fundamental principle is the same thing that exists in every religion. Just don't be a dickhead. That's literally all it is. It's treat people the way you want to be treated. It's the golden rule. That's all it is.
Is karma real?
I like to think so, but I think karma works differently than people think it does.
Does it work in this life, next life? Is it reincarnation stuff, or is it like?
I think there's preemptive karma, and I don't think people think about it.
What's the one that you don't think people think about?
Preemptive karma,
which is
karma happens before it happens for things you haven't earned yet. Can
you give it like an
Noah in the Ark? It's a perfect example. This is why the Jordan Peterson, even though he talks like Kermit the Frog, but
the
it's
flood
real.
Story.
Yeah, but like it's real because like things are going to change. Your life is going to exist in hardship. It's just the reality of the situation, and nothing is ever going to be, perfect forever. So, do you have the capability to deal with the flood? And so, if I am as of the universe, if I believe in you, and I'm to give you the things you ask for,
okay,
how can I maintain my karmic balance as the universe?
Okay,
I can't just give you the good thing just because you asked for it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's the answer in my head, or at least how I rationalize it, of why bad things happen to good people.
Because it happens already. Like,
because how is the universe supposed to give you the good thing? You deserve the good thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't deserve the bad thing.
True.
But I have to give you the thing you don't deserve. So, because if you power through that, I can give you what you deserve. And it's the same thing in opposite. Like, why does good things happen to bad people? Well, it's like, but they all die or go to jail by the time they're fucking 30. Yeah. Is that really a good life, or was it fast and it ended in quick?
Yeah.
Right? It's like the scene from Hunter x Hunter where they're fighting in the prison, and it's the two candles.
Okay, I've never seen that.
One candle has more like flame, I guess, like more catalyst in it, more fuel.
Okay.
So it burns faster.
Okay.
That's it. Which candle do you want? You want the hotter, faster, brighter flame?
I see.
Or the lower one?
Lower takes a long.
You have to be more delicate about. It's not going to, like, the first one's not going to blow out with the wind, so you can fight with it. The second one, you have to be more meticulous. You have to, like,
move smart, yeah.
Which candle do you want?
True.
It's the same thing. So it's like, I mean, I think good things happen to bad people because you don't deserve the good thing. So how can I give you the bad thing of your life ending before it's supposed to, if you don't deserve it?
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that the karmic balance is in. If I am the karmic goddess or whatever the fuck the universe, right? I have to maintain that balance.
So do souls exist?
Sure, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
What is it? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think, like,
you believe in soulmates?
No. No, I think like these are existential questions that happened when people didn't have better things to think about.
It's gay.
Yeah, like, no, for real.
Yeah.
I just think, like, when people couldn't think, and like thoughts weren't a thing.
Okay.
What else could you think about?
I would think these thoughts are actually people having too much time on their hands.
That's my point. Because there's no jobs. Society's not.
Okay. Yeah.
So society's not a society yet. Like, it's not progressing. It's we're on leopard skins and shit, sitting in a cave. None of you fuckers know how to read.
So the next question is, if you could ask God anything, would you ask him? What would you ask him? Or an all-knowing entity and being. God is a little tricky of a word pronunciation.
Can you tell my mom I was right? That's it. That's all I want. No. I don't know, man. That's tough. Damn.
One question.
Let me see your thunderbolts. Like, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's a tough one.
Out with you.
Yeah, what do you eat?
We're gonna ask a few more because I know you had a hard out.
Yeah, you're good.
Baby penguin or baby panda? Own it.
Panda for sure.
Would you rather 1 million subs on YouTube or 1 million followers on TikTok?
Nah, burn both of them to the ground. If you had said Instagram, it's because it's the only one I use. I would have said yes.
Instagram or YouTube?
Instagram for sure. Instagram requires less labor than YouTube, as if I already have them. Because YouTube, you need to like keep.
Oh, I see.
I don't want to do that. Shit's gay.
It is. It is very gay. Have you ever snuck out of your house?
Yeah. What?
Can people change?
No.
Google or ChatGPT?
Doesn't matter. Both are the devil.
Would you rather lose your taste or your smell?
Same thing. Doesn't matter. Physiologically, it's the same thing.
Oh, that is the same thing.
Yeah.
Would you rather lose your hearing or your sight? That's an easy one. Which one?
Yeah, obviously my hearing.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep that.
Some people say they're.
Yeah, I want to keep my hearing.
Would you rather fight a pit bull or a German Shepherd? Pit bull's owned by Black Guy in the Hood.
Jesus
German
Christ,
Shepherd is
man. You really do
also-
work at Gas Digital.
German Shepherd is also owned by a Black Guy in the Hood, but he's a cop. So a cop German
And he's
Shepherd.
bald?
A cop? No, and he's a cop.
Yeah, so he's bald.
Okay, yeah,
All
yeah.
black cops are bald.
So basically,
Damn.
pit bull or German Shepherd. What I'm trying to get at.
Pitbull.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pitbull. We're just gonna go Pitbull quick and get to the next question before
You
I say
can
something
go back-
super racist.
You can go back in time as far back as you want, but the amount of time you go back, you die. You lose on your life. How far back do you go?
Wait. Time out. So if I go back 1 billion years, I just immediately become dust.
That's not, yeah. That sounds smart. I wouldn't do that. 'Cause that's
Yeah,
smart.
it's fucking retarded.
But you can go back like 5. If you're going to live to 80, you don't get to know this. But if you get to live to hypothetically 77 life expectancy, you go back 5 years. So you get to go back right now to whatever 21, let's say.
And
that
like
is.
tell myself like, hey kid.
And then no, you get to just go back to that
Oh, like hot tub time
with
machine
your
style?
not exactly. But then in the
Fuck.
future, you will only live instead of living to
72, right,
77, you live.
Okay. Damn. So it's like it's a mix of hot tub time machine with that Justin Timberlake movie with the
In
wrist.
time. Yeah, a little bit of
How
both.
far back would I go?
Yeah. Is there a specific
When
time?
do I get at what age do I get the opportunity to go back? Like
I
right
just
now?
gave it to you right now.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Just presents it to you right here. And then you know,
Wait, is that
you know,
wait,
this is
wait.
another you know you lived up to this point.
I live up
That's
to like,
all you know.
is it like okay
you know
so
you lived up to this point, so you like.
is it life expectancy minus X? Because here's the deal for me. This is
It's whatever you were gonna live to.
right, but this is the
No
thing.
one knows that.
Damn, I don't know. It's too complicated. Next question.
That one is
complicated.
bad. I like it though. It's a good
Yeah, it's
question.
too much. It's too much for me.
If you were going blind in 1 month, what would you want to see?
Boobs. All I need is many pairs of boobs.
Would you rather win a Grammy or an Oscar?
Grammy. And then so I can burn it. Ugh.
Would you rather win 10 Grammys?
I'm gonna throw it at the goddamn audience on stage. Ah!
Sure, yeah. Have you ever had a crazy dream that you just want to talk about?
Somebody's
Get it
got
off
to
your
help me
chest.
out with this because I've never known what this meant. When I was like, from like the ages of like 4 to 6, I had a recurring nightmare where I would be chased by giant insects throughout my neighborhood.
Yo,
It was fucking terrifying, and I
That
would
sounds
wake up like,
crazy.
holy fuck, every night.
That sounds
It was
crazy.
really bad. It was really bad.
This sounds like a movie.
I don't know what it meant. I'm sure just a tortured soul.
Engine or brakes?
I heard this on the Martin podcast.
Have you heard a lot of these questions before?
Not all of them.
A lot of them are free. Or
Yeah, I've heard a good portion of these. But I remember the conversation you and Martin had about this question. Yeah, I mean, like it's a balance, like everything else.
no, that's the cop out
But it's
answer.
the reality of the situation.
Okay.
You need both to be able to succeed.
True.
If you don't know how to step on the gas when there's straightaway and
And go
control
when there's,
yourself in a turn, you will never win a race. Both do need to happen for you to win a race.
Yeah. Would you rather live one random day each week in reverse, or just fast forward it? So you have to do the whole day again. You get a whole extra day, or you just fast forward 6 days in the week.
So wait. So like if I go to bed and then I wake up
It's
whole
Tuesday
time,
again.
the whole time?
Mm, yeah, in a way. To do everything you... No.
I'm so confused, dude.
Yeah, I'm confused at how I'm asking that.
I'm so
Because
dumb.
now
dude.
I'm imagining your way, and that's not even what I was imagining.
I'm imagining like somebody just literally
imagining
reversing a
groundhogs.
tape, and so now okay.
I'm imagining Groundhog's Day. It's Tuesday, you go to sleep, but then you wake up and it's
Tuesday.
fucking Tuesday
Okay,
again. You have
what's
to
the
go
other
to
option?
work again.
What's the other option?
Fast forward a day.
Just skip a day.
Skip a day. Like, this day sucks.
How long do I stay in the first one? Just one?
One day,
That's so
reverse,
much, I want that.
or one day
That
skip.
one. That
Me
one.
too, the extra day. It's like...
The question is, do you like your life or not? That's fundamentally what it comes down to.
Thank you.
Would you
I
enjoy?
did a
Do you
good job.
enjoy breathing or
I did
not?
a good job with
Yeah,
the
that's
question.
it. Yeah.
I've had people have said
That's
fast
great.
forward.
Yeah.
Would you rather loud noises or... This is a common. Loud noises or background noises? Whoa. Would you rather silence forever or loud noises forever?
Silence. I don't know. Damn, that's tough.
That means nothing. It's almost
Loud
death.
noises.
Like, literally, you can't move without pots and pans and gunshots, and it just follows you.
And only I hear them.
Yeah, that makes
Or-
it funner.
or-
No, that makes it funner, yeah.
Or do I just
No, that makes
radiate
it-
the sound?
No, it makes it funner if
Are
only...
you fucking hearing that?
Yeah. That makes it way funner.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta do that one. That's a good bit. That's a really good bit.
That is a lot.
That's a really fun bit. I like that.
Would you rather be forced to eat with your feet or sleep standing up?
Sleep standing up. Not a fucking vagrant. My mother still raised a fucking gentleman, okay?
I still have...
I'll sleep like a vampire as long as I'm not fucking eating chimichurri sauce with my goddamn pig toes.
Aliens arrive. They say, come with us. You get to know the answers of the universe. We will tell you everything you want to know, but you'll never have to come back here. Would you go?
Fuck no. I wouldn't go first.
What do you...
I
If
would
they
never- I
only
would-
come to you.
Fuck no.
They say
No,
you're the
Pig,
chosen.
you guys got the wrong guy, dude.
Okay.
I don't trust my people.
Come with
You
you.
guys came from fucking space.
What if they start playing that music?
And they go, do you know Steven Spielberg?
We love that song.
We love that song.
Action movie or comedy movie?
Comedy for sure. All
We
day.
have a button. When you press it, it does something. What does yours do?
Everybody around me in a 12-foot radius comes immediately. All of them together. Because I want to be the one to sit there and look at them all like, you guys are fucking gross, man. Or just watch like and because it all happened and watch them all try to pretend to each other that it's not happening.
Do it. They don't know what's happening.
Yeah, but they all and I'm
Oh.
talking like a violent scream comes. I want them all to scream come.
I love that.
Yeah, I need scream comes for sure.
A magical door opens up.
Okay.
The door takes you anywhere you want to go throughout all of history, place, and time. Where does your door go? Who's behind the door? Where does your door go? Paint me the picture.
There's so many
Bunch of people coming on the other side.
to a room, a dark room, and when you walk in, you don't realize it at first. You just go, "Why is the floor so sticky?" The room's made of
You
cum.
realize a man pressed a button in this room and made everybody.
Everyone's just made of cum now. It's a universe where everything's made of cum. No,
That's great.
I don't know. Probably a room like remember the Fairly Odd Parents video game for GameCube?
I swear, I feel like no.
There was a level in like the later stages of this video game where
I'm thinking Chalk World.
you were in the similar premise too.
Okay.
Actually, it's probably more accurate in Chalk World. Same thing, but like it's just a premise and everything. But there's like a room, or like a hallway with doors. It's Monsters Inc. Right? Like it's
Okay.
it's doors it's a room
Portal.
that houses the doors that lead to everywhere else.
Yep.
My door is gonna lead to that room.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If I open that, like, I mean, based on that, I want that room. I want like
the room that goes to the fourth dimensional being or whatever. I understand.
to the admin server.
The inception.
My door goes to the
when
admin
he's falling when he's looked behind the bookshelf and yeah, you're right. Any movie reference.
Yeah, it's
any time traveling.
I just want to I want to go to the admin server.
So why when I asked about the aliens going, you wouldn't go with them? They're literally saying we're going to give you all the answers. You can come to the admin server, but you can never come back.
Right, but I can't trust you.
Well,
you're not. I don't trust
I see.
humans.
I see. No, alien. I'm saying aliens.
That's my point.
Okay.
I have way less reason to trust an alien than I do to trust something made out of my own flesh and blood.
That's very true.
And I don't trust those cocksuckers more than I can fucking throw them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you came down from space, did you? Did you? Okay.
I got a button.
Yeah, I got this button. Watch
It'll
this.
make you
yeah, you want to see this? That's how human you are. Ah!
Some alien comes for
just
you
they
guys.
shoot fucking black liquid out of their eyeballs.
That's great.
Oh my god!
I know we got a hard out.
Yeah, I gotta be out. I have to leave.
You want to tell them where they can find you?
Cat book time, Capital Sounds, and yeah, man, we make music. My Instagrams are Max Lowe Music because I'm not that creative on social media, as you can tell when it comes to this stuff. Don't look up my podcast, please. I'm begging you. It's not good. I should try and delete it. Don't have the login. Not great.
Or the email.
Yeah, it's not good. But yeah, no. Maximum Music on Instagram, Capital Sounds.
Cool.
You know the vibes, bro. Just we fuck around.
We're gonna have another. We have to have you come back.
Yeah.
We need
to do a conspiracy day.
We need
to all wear tinfoil hats and just talk about it.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be fun.
No, cool, man. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, be safe. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Peace out, bro.
The brand. It's the brand show.
The only thing these phrases have in common are 5 signals.
I hope somebody's taking all this down.
What are we saying to each other?
It seems they're trying to teach us a basic tonal vocabulary.
It's the first day of school, fellas.
The brand show. The brand. It's the brand show.